saying words and talking to myself to make sure I didn't have an El Stroco.
Yeah.
The old stroke.
The old El Stroco.
Yeah, the old Stroco. So, and then I started saying words, and I was like, well, I guess I didn't have a stroke because I can say words. But that was the fucking scariest thing that's ever happened to me because imagine you see your hand doing this and it's walking around like a spider, like on the Addams Family.
Which one is your dominant hand?
My right hand.
You're right-handed?
Mm-hmm. So it was my left hand.
Maybe it got bored.
Dude, it was the fucking scariest thing. I wasn't consciously doing it.
Yeah, that's really
scary. And upon trying to stop doing it, it started doing it more, and it wasn't like a fucking shaking.
Hey guys, I forgot to record the beginning of the show.
What do you mean?
Welcome to the Sunday Evening Overdose, March 8th, 2015.
But we're live, right?
Yeah, we got our friend Dan in the studio. Dan, say hello to everybody. Let me check your mic.
What up, guys?
Hey, Dan, thanks for being here. Hey, before we started the show, Dan and the Earthling we're talking about lucid dreaming, and you wanted to bring that to the old fucking broadcast around here. So I thought we'd get into a little bit of that to get started here.
Okay, I don't have to tell the hand story again, do I? That was live. But can you imagine?
I just forgot to record the beginning of the show like a
though?
fucking retard. Sorry, everybody.
Can you imagine that your hand like doing something, and it wasn't like a shaking, like a nervous shake. It was doing something consciously that I wasn't fucking commanding it to. And most of the time, I tell my hands what to do in my brain.
Who do you think was commanding it? If it wasn't you,
I could have been anybody. It could have been. I don't know. It was just scary.
Do you think it was God?
It could have been the hand commander.
You ever seen that movie Idle Hands? It was like that.
Yeah.
So is this in the morning?
Was the devil,
no, it was at night. It was where I was like almost
like
drifting
as you
off
were
to
falling
sleep.
asleep. Yeah.
And
your hand started running around?
Started going bananas like a spider.
Hand bananas.
Yeah.
This is actually a true thing that happened to me this week.
All right, so his hand started running around.
What do you think that is?
That's pretty scary. Well, I don't know.
I guess it happened.
Could I have done it with my brain and like?
Yeah, it's no weirder than sleepwalking.
Or like some kind of spasm, you know?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't spasmodic.
No, he said it seemed really
conscious.
deliberate.
It was deliberate, and I could feel myself doing it from hand to brain, but I wasn't coming. It wasn't coming from brain to hand. You know what I mean?
That's
so
weird.
I felt it happening. It wasn't like my hand was numb.
I've never had anything like that.
Or nothing like that.
Hand started running around by itself.
It was the scariest thing that's ever fucking happened. And what do you do after that?
I'm into it. I like it.
I jumped up. I went and sat down in my chair. I fucking light up a cigarette and just sit there and think for like a half hour. And then I didn't sleep for like ever. I didn't go to sleep that night for like another 3 hours.
I've never had anything like that. But I've also never had any like... I've never slept walked. I've never anything that I've done while I'm asleep is like in my sleep.
Now that's fun.
I've never
waking up in
I might have done that.
Scary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Have you ever sleepwalked?
Yeah, I did it a few times when I was a child, but now it's hard to distinguish between that and just being blackout drunk and attempting to do a thing and then waking up wherever you stopped attempting to do that thing. You know. So it's hard to say.
Eating a bunch of frozen French fries that you have no
just
idea why you're eating.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say if I've really been up to any of that lately.
Yeah.
What the hell were you talking about with Dan over here? What was his dreaming story that you were so...
Oh, okay. What is your dreaming story? Tell us the story. Start from the beginning how you told me.
You seemed excited about this.
It's really funny because it's his only dream story, but it's... Go ahead.
What do you mean it's my own? It's the only dream story I've told you about.
Right. Okay.
Must be the only one.
So have you ever, maybe like in the morning, when you're about ready to wake up, like maybe your dreams lead up to, if you've got to like piss in the morning, you've got to like piss in your dream, and it's like, you're maybe having a scene in your dream. Yeah. And then you kind of wake up like at the last minute and it's like, because you have to go to the bathroom, whatever. But like in the dream, you would have like, maybe I would have gone up to the urinal in my dream and then like,
okay.
But I would have known that like, then you stop and then you wake up.
Okay. So what happened then?
So then I'm at work and I go
in real life.
No. Yeah, and I'm kind of in a daze at work. I'm going.
Dan, hold your mic up to your face there, please.
There you go.
How's this?
Act like you've been there before, son.
And so I'm going to the urinal at work, and like I just kind of had this weird feeling that like, what if this is the dream? And then I'm like starting to piss, and I'm like worried that maybe I'm like
started to float up in the air,
pissing the bed right now.
So you're taking a piss in real life, and you start to get scared that you may be dreaming pissing in your bed.
Yes.
Like a valid concern.
But didn't you realize you were awake and you went to work and?
But how
did you slip?
But at what point? I mean, the dream. It's a rare case that, like, we were talking about lucid dreaming before. I mean, most dreams go by without really knowing they're dreams until you wake up from them.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
Calling us already? God damn it! I hate being here because of fucking the way that our sound gets fucked up here between the Skype and the. Hello.
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 Can we help you?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yes, I'm unable to stream your show tonight.
Why?
Because my shit's fucked up.
Okay.
You can do it from your phone.
Huh?
Is your phone messed up? Because you can do it from your phone.
Yeah, I can't. I'd have to do it using my data, and
fucking Christ!
I know. It's just my life is miserable. But I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been meaning to bring up.
What is it?
Well, last week they did an investigation into Petraeus, the guy that was he'd been the commander in the Middle East,
right?
Military commander, and then they made him the head of the CIA.
Yeah.
And he hired this woman to ghostwrite his biography or his memoirs, And in the course of it, he ended up having an affair with her. And so they investigated all this stuff, and they found that he had leaked all kinds of classified stuff to her. And, he'd shared all this information ostensibly for the purpose of padding his resume in his book. But what ended up happening is there were actually big classified things that he'd leaked. And so they decided that after a lengthy review and trying him and everything, he came out of it with a $40,000 fine. So I started thinking, you've brought up several times about Edward Snowden not being a real person and that whole thing being fishy. And I started thinking, it was, because on that same day, Edward Snowden somehow leaked or got word to the Western press that he would like to come back to America if he was sure that he'd get a fair trial.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah.
And it was on the same day. So, what could be...
I'm sorry, the same day as what?
As Petraeus got this $40,000 fine, and then
you got to get to
and
what
then
the fuck
absolved of any guilt in leaking national security. I mean, things that were really, really detrimental to national security.
And the biggest difference between the two is that this Petraeus guy was doing it for his own personal gain because he leaked the information in order to write a book that he could make money off of, whereas Edward Snowden leaked the information in an effort to protect the citizens.
Possibly, but here's what I'm saying, Andrea.
Yes. Tell her.
This guy, I think Snowden was thrown out as a sacrificial lamb.
But I think he was controlled the whole time. I think he's an actor.
I do too. I do too now. I didn't before, but I do now.
Why did I play a laugh track there?
I don't know.
I hit the wrong sample. Sorry.
I just think that whenever that was with Snow, I don't remember when exactly he had leaked that stuff, but I think that they were already on to Petraeus, and they knew the course that they had to take in order to keep him from leaking even more stuff and blowing the whistle, as a federal prisoner. Right. They needed to get a guy in place, and it turned out to be Snowden. And they had to leak some actual information, which was the NSA spying, which, when you think about it, is kind of a benign thing to leak because we already knew it. You know what I mean? Everybody already intuited that was going on.
This is some third hour stuff.
I mean, we were kind of in the middle of talking about Dan being at a urinal and being afraid that he was actually peeing in a dream and that he was peeing his bed during his waking life. So we weren't really
we weren't prepared for this.
We weren't prepared for this. Is anyone following? I mean, I know what you're saying.
What kind of information do you is more dangerous in the Petraeus leak than the Snowden leak?
He's a general.
But what was the information?
He was not only a general; he was the commander of that entire theater of battle.
Yeah.
So he had nuts and bolts information.
Well, he got set up through some email shit, right? He got caught with some kind of mistress thing or something, or what the fuck was it?
Yeah.
And that was that hilarious thing of like, well, no, the FBI just decided to check out his mistress's emails because she like made some vague threats on social networking or something. Like, no, you just are watching everyone, you fucking dickheads. Yeah, it was some bullshit excuse they came up with.
The whole thing was he was playing hide the salami with her.
Ooh.
And that was what they were most. That was what they were most concerned with. And as far as Dan's concerns, those are real concerns, and I know it because my cousin Greg one time at a hotel, I forget where we were, but he got up in the middle of the night and peed in the closet all over his shoes.
Right.
Yeah, and somehow he miraculously only got his shoes.
So Dan's awake.
He's awake.
He was awake, but he was worried that he maybe thought he was awake in a dream and that he was going to be pissing his bed.
What I'm saying is these parallel universes. Worry about that
every time I pee from now on.
Yeah, like where do you draw the line for that? What was different about this?
All right, so hold on. Let's finish up with this.
And Vince, the when you end up waking up like peeing in a closet, you think in the dream that you're at the urinal there. People a lot of times will they'll pull down their pants and they think they're at the toilet. So
and I guess there are some men who pull down their pants to pee, and there's probably some that sit right down. You
want to hear something crazy? I've actually busted a nut in my pants, dreaming about busting a nut, and in real life, I woke up and was like, "Ew!" One time it happened to me. Creepy.
That's an adolescent anomaly.
No. This happened when I was 24.
Yeah,
It happened one time.
Adolescence comes late in some people.
Oh. No, it's true.
Sometimes it skips a whole generation.
It wasn't a wet dream. I woke up and was in the middle of the pumpingness of it out. You know what I'm talking about.
You were pleasuring yourself?
Oh, yeah.
What do you say?
Gotcha. What do you say?
You were pleasuring yourself.
No, I wasn't touching myself at all, but in the dream, I was climaxing.
The no-touch finish.
It was fucking crazy. It only happened to me once, and it never happened again.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But you know what happens to me in dreams when I try to have sex with chicks? There's always people around. It's like I get a chick and she's like, yeah, let's do it. And there's like 20 people just show up and look at me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, let's go over here behind this tree. And then more people are there. And then there's everybody everywhere, always interrupting me, and I don't realize it's a dream, so I'm not like, get the fuck out of here, dream people.
Or she turns into someone else.
I've had a girl that I was
that's a big problem too.
Yeah,
they never stay the same people.
I had sex with a chick who changed into 4 different girls I know.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
And then one of them's a relative, and you're like, oh, what the hell just happened?
Why is my dream trying to make me feel weird? What the fuck? Right? I just want to have some fun here. Now I'm
So hold on, Dan. So you fear that because you probably pissed your bed before in this fashion.
I mean,
that's a yes.
I've had my share of drunken experiences, and
Dan, you got to talk into the mic there.
Yeah, you got to.
Okay.
You got to hold it.
But it was more the worry came from close calls in the morning, where it's I can feel it coming up, and my body wants to do that, but then it's oh shit, I just woke up, and
that's pretty cool. That you have to fear that? Do you fear it all the time, or you just think you're dreaming sometimes?
Do you just sense it every once in a while? This might be a dream.
No, but this is the only time that's happened. That's why it was noteworthy.
I like it.
Well, how did you realize you were actually not dreaming?
I'm still going, so I haven't.
So maybe you could still be in the dream, right?
I might have pissed myself 6 times.
You're just laying in shit and filth, laying in your bed, just full of piss.
Yeah.
Still,
That's a very good possibility. Yeah.
But this is the dream
also a very
decided to
apt
stick with.
metaphor for listening to our show.
yeah, right.
Laying in a pile of piss, fucking rotting.
You know, I've had
rotting away.
that is weird because dreams are weird anyway. Because for some reason, I know people in my dreams that I remember and I've known forever. But I don't know them in real
they're not
life.
Dreams are great because you know things that you don't actually know, and then sometimes you'll question them and you'll get that really matter of fact explanation that actually makes no sense. You know, you're like, well, like where did I get this giant yellow car? Like, do I normally have this? And it's like, and why do I have to sit on top of it to drive? And you're like, no, that's how they made them in the 30s. You got that from your friend who's from the 30s. Like, oh, okay, right, yeah, I forgot about that. All right, you know, like there's just like these weird little matter of fact explanations to anything that it seems weird.
Yeah,
and they don't have to make sense.
One
it's like,
time,
oh no, that's the orange handle. That's how it is. Don't pull it, you know, it's fine.
In one of my many dreams where I knew how to fly, once that power manifested, they skipped me ahead of grade because I could fly.
In school, they skipped you ahead of grade.
You went to school in your dream?
Yeah, I was in grade school.
Where'd you go to Hogwarts or something?
Wait, but there was
magic tricks that you get to skip ahead. Or
no, listen.
There was also a statue of Beetlejuice on the playground.
Is that the name of this? Is that the name of the school in Harry Potter?
Hogwarts.
Yeah,
I have flying dreams as well, and when I'm dreaming, I know exactly how to do it. Like I know how to do it with my brain. Like I swear to God, if I went to sleep right now, guaranteed I could fly.
Me too.
You know what I mean? But in my dream.
Yeah, I could never fly in my dreams, but what I
punk.
No, you got to go get a body of water too.
I remember going through a period of time when I was like in my late teens or early 20s where I'd know I was dreaming and I'd look around for water because I could breathe underwater.
Yeah.
And I would, dive into anything, a canal or whatever. Anytime there's water, I'd get in it so that I could breathe, You
guys want to go somewhere with this? Hold on. You want to go somewhere with this? I'll tell you a recurring dream. You're going to laugh your fucking ass off. Okay. I'll tell you a recurring dream I used to have as a kid, which was... I don't want to say this.
Dude,
hold on.
There
was this is really kind of embarrassing in a strange way. It's not like it's not awkward. It's just so weird that I had this dream. And I had this dream a lot. The gym floor at my grade school would open up to reveal a swimming pool where the Little Mermaid lived. And I would be able to breathe underwater, and I'd go down there and hang out with her. And I was too young to have like sexual thoughts, really. I was like 7, but I would just be hanging out with her. We'd just be doing household stuff, make something to eat. Help her do some chores, and then I would stay down there way too long, and I would go back to class all wet and have to try to have to explain that I was down there hanging out with the Little Mermaid, and no one would believe me. And for some reason, the dream would always end with my teacher saying, "Vinny, why don't you stick with the program?"
If you want to make it...
What does that mean? I don't know, but that was what she would say every time I got back from...
Stick with the program of breathing air like everybody else.
Yeah, you can't be down under the water with the Little Mermaid all fucking day.
I don't care if you can breathe water, you're not allowed to.
You have to learn math on a on one of those clear sheets on a projector because it's 1991.
Yeah.
So that's how we do it.
That's a weird dream.
Yeah.
And then when did it stop? When you were like in the 10th grade?
No, I only had it for the 1 year I was in first grade.
That's weird.
So I was like 6. Yeah, I had that dream a lot. I had another dream a lot that I would be at the mall with my family, but the mall was made out of the blocks that we had at my house, the block set.
Yeah.
So the mall was made out of all the blocks that we had at home.
Like wooden blocks.
Like the pillars were like the same green rectangle blocks that we had, and each store was made of a kind of blocks that we had at our house. So my family would leave me, this is my dream, and I would run around through this giant block mall for hours.
No, that wasn't a dream. That was real.
Oh, yeah. I would run around in this giant block mall for like hours and hours, and then at the end of the dream, I would find my family leaving the mall towards the parking lot, and I'd be like, "Hey, I found you," and they'd be like, "Yeah, whatever. We didn't fucking realize you were gone." Was basically the sentiment, and they were just like ready to leave without me.
Like
I don't know what lesson that was supposed to teach me. But
that was probably an offshoot of me telling you guys oh, I'm going to take you to the orphanage. You're going to love it. There's all kinds of other kids, and they
and
serve
there's
this
no
food called
parents.
gruel.
Yeah, this is our dad on the line, if anyone didn't figure that out.
It's not my daddy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
He's all of our dad.
Might as well be.
All right.
I don't know, did you ever have a good recurring one that was hilarious?
I have more recurring themes than I have actual recurring dreams. I always, you know what's weird is I always have dreams about swimming pools inside in unexpected places.
Yeah.
There's always swimming pools.
So you have a weird swimming pool dream. You have a weird swimming pool dream.
Well, and you know, here's what else is weird about...
And then your father has dreams about swimming underwater.
No, you know what? I have talked to my dad about lucid dreaming
people.
before, and my go-to thing for lucid dreaming in the past was always either flying or trying to get like lightning power to shoot out of my hands. And then he told me about the body of water thing, and then since then it's either been flying or finding water and breathing underwater. And since then,
you can do that too.
When I started trying to make bodies of water in my dreams, after a couple of tries, then I started having recurring swimming pool dreams.
Damn.
So
what?
Well,
I've looked it up, and it's supposed to represent like unresolved emotions.
They don't know
some
shit
deep
what
unresolved
that means.
emotions, but I don't have those as far as I know, unless they're really repressed.
You guys were talking not long ago about sleep paralysis.
We were actually going to get into that
On a
today.
we were going
recent show, and I don't know if you ever saw this, but in the 50s and 60s, they had this NFL football game that was just this big, like, metal football field. And when you turned it, you put the players on there. You know, you had your formations and stuff.
Right, yeah.
And
they would just rattle around like a bunch of fucking epileptics.
vibrating thing?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, they had magnetic feet. And the thing would vibrate and just, it was like just chaos, you know.
Johnny Unitas epileptic football.
Right. For some reason, I had a recurring dream that was accompanied by paralysis that I was on one of those football fields.
Oh,
You know, I was on there. I was the only one who didn't have magnets on my feet, and I was getting thrown all over the place. And
God. That sounds
Yeah,
horrible.
that's
that went on for a couple of years.
I had another dream. I had a lot of recurring dreams as a kid. I remember this. I had another dream that me and my other sister were walking down a gravel path near this cabin that we used to go to as kids. So it was like a real setting. And we were walking to this small pond that we would go to once in a while for some reason. And when we got there to the pond, there was a gang of like, I don't know, 5 or 6 like late 80s, early 90s, like bebop and rocksteady style street toughs, you know? And they had on like gloves with no fingers and denim cut off vests and like chains. They were swinging
They
chains
were humans,
and they had
though, right?
Yeah. And
They
they were regular like street toughs, and they had like lead pipes and switchblades and shit, you know,
Greaser hair.
yeah, that whole scene.
Yeah.
And the dream would go into this place where I would be reasoning with them, like, you don't have to kill us. Like, we're not doing anything. And they would just keep saying stuff like, I don't know, the boss said we got to do a good job this time. And they would keep saying, I don't know, the boss said we really, and then the dream would always end with my sister like grabbing me by the back of the shirt and throwing me into the pond, which didn't make any sense because she was way smaller than me. And because we were both running, she would basically push me into the pond and she would go in behind, and then we'd both drown to death. And at the point that I would die was when I would wake up. I had that dream fucking 50 times.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have reoccurring dreams where
Remember
I
it
can get
vividly.
I can get
vividly.
fatally wounded. And it happens to me all the time. I can get hurt really bad, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then it's like, for example, a couple weeks ago, I was on this loading dock because I was inside this building doing whatever. And then the UPS chick.
No. The fuck were you doing in that building?
Yeah, what were you doing in that building?
We demand the truth.
I think I was like a famous like rollerblader or something. I don't know, but that's
I just get the sense.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure what it was. I was in the building. Maybe the Ninja Turtles were there. I'm not sure.
He was planting explosives.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was like I was like in a quarantine of some sort.
Charges.
Anyway, but I was famous.
Can clearly
I was like
see the explosions.
I was like
the building collapsed. Sorry.
That's right. I was like a famous quarantine person. And there was like lines and shit. And I didn't know why I was in there. And they put me in this room and we all took turns. We were like prisoners. It was like a prison. But then I got set free and I was on the loading dock and this black chick from UPS dropped her stapler and it fucking started going off like crazy and stabbed me all in my fucking gut, my whole side, my leg, and they fucking fucked me up. You know what I mean? To the point where I had like huge wounds, like 4-inch long wounds. I had to like cover them up and like in my fucking torso, and I would like rip the fucking staples out. But the whole time there's like my friends in the dream are just like, hey, you know, we got to get to this place. Like, it's not important at all that you're hurt really bad. We got to go. I remember like taking like fucking like
nobody ever cares in a dream.
Nobody ever cares when I'm fucking
Nobody gives a
dying.
Shit. You wander around looking for someone who might get, and just like that's the worst part of so many dreams is the neglect that everyone shows you. Do you get that?
Yeah,
I get that a lot.
That's something
I do get. You got some problem. That's like half of my dreams. Is you gotta work something out, and no one gives a shit, and nothing makes sense. Yeah. You're like at some party that that never stops, and it's like then it's at a cemetery, and then you're on a bus, and nothing. You're like
feet are really heavy.
You're always trying.
I was supposed to get to my violin audition.
You're always trying to do something. Like, you always have a goal, right?
Your dream's so confusing. You can never just go through a dream like it's like it's normal.
Like
what's so hard about that?
Yeah.
Why does it always have to be some fucking bullshit?
Like you want to dream and just go to yoga class and then
afterwards
get some coffee, go home, get a bag of chips on the way home, sit there until you wake up in a chair watching fucking Family Feud or what?
Yeah. Maybe get
sit
some
down and watch Family Feud.
Yeah, get some reading done.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
Oh yeah. I had that dream that time where me and Todd were at a gas station, and they were setting up chairs.
Like how he just says Todd, like somebody would ever know or care, like who that was.
I don't even know who that is.
Right, exactly.
Well, no, you guys know who Todd. Todd is
because we're the only ones that are. Yeah, right. Okay.
Good friend of mine for 40 years.
Well, and nobody understands that this is a show for other people. I just find that so hilarious. Like, how is it that no one gets that? Like, it's just.
Well, whatever. Todd is not the important part of this. What we were doing, me and another guy were walking through this parking lot of a gas station, or not a parking lot, but, where the gas pumps are and stuff, and they were setting up chairs out there.
Distinction, yeah.
And they rolled out one of those like high school AV carts with the TV on it.
Yeah, if you went to high school in 1910.
Yeah.
We had those.
What?
And we said, "What are you guys doing?" He said, "Oh, we're going to watch Eliminate."
Eliminate.
We got all excited and sat down and watched Eliminate. For some reason,
when he said that, I pictured a projector. Did he say a TV?
He said a TV, like a TV.
I was just ready. I was ready to make the joke before he even finished the sentence. See, that was the problem with that one.
All right.
What the fuck are we talking about now?
They were setting up chairs to watch Eliminate.
And that was your dream, that you were at a gas station and people were setting up chairs to watch Eliminate? See, what the fuck is the point of that dream?
Right.
What are we doing?
I know.
In dreams, what are we doing? What is going on in there?
What's the point?
Do you remember most dreams? Because
no.
I feel like I remember
I remember dreams.
1% of dreams.
I remember. Oh, here's the thing. Okay, I remember a lot of dreams when I don't drink. If I don't drink for 2 or 3 days, I will absolutely remember 6 dreams between those 2 or 3 nights.
I almost always remember dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what's the weird thing about dreams is you'll remember them when you wake up, and you'll remember them vividly, but you have they're easy to forget as the day goes on.
Yeah.
Try to recall them again 8 hours later, and you're like, wait, it was like I had
even like an hour after that.
I had a pig, but it was like only half a pig.
Yeah.
It was alive. I don't know what was going
on. Another major one I've had is I'm at a gig and I'm setting up, and I don't have a guitar, or I don't have when I played with this one band in the early 70s, I used to put a ground loop through everything with wires. I built this real long wire thing with these wire clips and all this shit to ground everything, so that there was at least a floating ground. And
yeah, but what exact process did you use? I mean, tell us more about that. About the ground. Why you did that? Tell us. Explain some basics about electricity for people too.
Okay,
This is
really
a joke
fucked
about
up.
your. This is a joke about your story being too long-winded. In case nobody was picking up on that.
But yeah, no, I commonly,
I was like, what the hell are you doing?
I still have a recurring dream about showing up at a gig and not having something and having to, take a wire and duct tape and like make something that I'm missing.
Take a wire
and
and duct tape and
Make
and
a guitar?
take a wire and duct tape and abduct a waitress and electrocute her in a closet. That's,
yeah.
that's what I,
Yeah. No, dear, that was not the dream.
Well, to each his own. Different dreams for.
I have lots of dreams about being imprisoned. Is that a thing? Like
What?
I have lots of dreams about being imprisoned. Not in a regular fashion though, not in like just regular jail. It's always like some silly fucking like camp.
Where you're like kidnapped or
Always some wacky
like
jail.
there was
Some
one where
wacky
I was in
jail.
this jail
This
and
jail's too bouncy. Whoa.
and me and like yeah,
why
right.
is everything made of rubber in this jail?
This was like a Mad Max, like Thunderdome type themed prison with a huge wall, but you were allowed to like climb up on top of it. And, like you were allowed to like be your own guard for the prison, but you weren't. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah,
why
like you
didn't
could do some
leave?
guard duty if you,
You
felt
can do
like
guard
it.
duty if you felt it, but you
Yeah,
couldn't
why
leave.
not?
You can leave, but you can go.
Well, that sounds like it's a dream
And it was like this
scenario that makes
giant.
no sense.
There was like there was this giant sentinel robot, and we got put in there because me and my 12 best friends in the world, who I knew forever in the dream, which aren't real in real life, but I loved them in my dream.
Right, you were like at the orphanage.
They were my
together,
friends.
You had a whole history.
And we're
yeah.
running, and we're getting like captured by like a sentinel type X-Men sentinel robot. Like, and he's like the prison.
Stop saying sentinel.
Sentinel.
You know what I'm talking about? The purple fuckers.
Yeah.
The big
okay,
fuckers, and
sure.
he was like walking around in the field of the prison. So I guess the prison was where you had to be like on the wall. You're like on the wall catwalk.
Okay.
You can go up higher if you want, and everybody in the prison was on the wall, like guarding their own prison. But the prison guard was like in the middle, and he was a big robot.
A robot who is
Isn't that weird?
guarding
All right,
all
hey,
the guards.
Pops, we got to let you go so we can move on with some stuff here. And as long as I have someone on Skype, I can't use any of my music and sound effects and shit, and it's bumming me out. So,
All right. Well, you have my blessings.
Thank you.
yeah, okay, whatever.
And you know what a religious fanatic I am.
That's hilarious. All right, we'll talk to you later.
God. All right. Well, no, that was one of my dreams. The big robot that I guess he was in prison. I don't know what was happening.
You
but
were
I had,
guarding
but
him.
I had like
Who was guarding who?
But also, I had to get out of there because I had like an IBM stock from like the fucking 1896.
You had an IBM stock from 1896?
Yeah.
What were you going to do with it?
I was gonna sell it for money. I think. I don't know. I didn't get out. Never got out. Never got out of the jail.
Whatever became of you in there?
I think I tried to escape, but then the robot fucking. I don't know. I just woke up because I think I tried to escape. I think I figured like the 30-foot drop would be worth it, and it just woke me up.
Yeah, I'll do
Fuck it,
that.
I'm jumping off this wall. You know?
You must have died.
That's funny because I've had dreams where I jumped off overpasses and landed on the highway and like was fine, and then like the cars would come up and I would just like punch them out of the way and they'd fly like a million feet. It's true. No, I'm serious. And I was fine. It's super strong.
Did people say like on the playground and stuff in grade school that if you died in a dream, you were dead in real life?
People say that all the time. I
No,
think
that's that movie,
It's
Epileptic
every
or
movie
whatever.
ever.
What's fucking elliptical or what was that fucking movie?
Epileptic?
What was that stupid movie? Enamored. It starts with an E.
I have no idea.
It was huge a few fucking years ago. And it was about dreams and they fucking Inception.
That starts with an I.
Starts with an E.
Inception.
It was Inception.
no, that's
No,
not.
you
see,
don't
because I've been
die.
shot in my head. I've
You-
been shot in the heart. I've been shot in the gut. I've been run over by a bus.
Yeah,
I never
Dan.
died in real
Dan.
life.
No, I'm not saying it was.
Dan.
It was silly that like.
Dan,
that
don't
people
listen to
would-
them. They're just kids.
But listen, more
Dan,
more,
are they
more
bullying
importantly,
you?
I didn't die in the dream. Like I said, I can get wounded really bad in my dreams and still be alive. Mm-hmm. Like horribly. Like
Oh, yeah.
cut open,
Oh, yeah.
putting my guts back in alive, and then somebody's like, "Come on, we gotta go catch the blimp ride." I'm like, but I got
What
these
happens?
guts hanging out.
I see. I never get that bad. I get it where like someone's killing me for sure, and some crazily unlikely thing happens that stops it at the last second. Like, I'll never actually walk along with a gunshot wound. Yeah. It'll never happen. No, they'll like shoot me away. And I'll like squirm around for a while, but then I'll just be like in a new situation. I'll be like, that didn't happen. All right. You know, I never deal with any wounds in dreams.
Yeah. I have a lot of, so I've gotten really well practiced.
The unhealing wound of a broken heart.
Being able to tell when I'm in a dream. And one of the ways I can tell is if I'm being chased, my legs and my feet get really, really heavy and they start to feel like they become part of whatever I'm running
what
on.
the fuck? You can't run. You got to get your momentum going.
She's got the opposite of my problem.
Do you use your hands to get momentum going? Like if you have to run in a dream, you have to like fours. You have to do like a tiger run and get some momentum going. And
up.
But I've been able to pinpoint that now as one of the signs, one of the signals to like know that I'm in a dream. So like I don't get caught anymore because when I know I'm in a dream, I'm like, okay, nobody's chasing me and I can walk. And then suddenly no one's chasing me and I can walk.
You're super heavy. Your legs are heavy.
Yeah, they get really, really heavy. They start to feel like they're melting into the ground.
See, I get my problem is completely different, but I can't run. I can't get traction and I'm like super bouncy, like on the moon, and I'm like too light and I can't get traction. Weird. And I have to like, it sucks. It's like, it's so annoying.
I've always had the heavy leg thing, and that's also how I feel when I take acid. I have the same thing where my legs feel like they're melting into the ground, and they feel real long and real heavy.
Yeah.
I also can always check if I can find something to read. I always try to read something in my dream, and if there's no letters and it's all gibberish, I know it's a dream. I check light switches to see if they work the right way, and if they don't, sometimes it's a dream. And then my nail polish. I can always look at my nail polish, and if it's the same as in real life, then it's probably real life because my brain is never has the right nail polish on my nails.
I feel like...
How often do you lucid dream?
I used to do it much more often than I do. Now
this into like a meditation tape. I always turn our show into a meditation tape. What is wrong with me?
I remember at least one dream a night. But lucid dreaming, for a while there, I was doing it like 4 or 5 times a week, probably. I haven't been trying very hard lately, I guess. I've been sleeping harder, I
feel
think.
like because I've lucid dreamed all that shit for a few years. If I lay down and say I'm gonna do it, it'll happen most.
Yeah, me too. But I like don't do that anymore. I just I lay down and I go to sleep because I'm fucking tired. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be scary, and that's another thing. I feel like it was scary at the beginning, and I had to practice and practice and practice in order to get better at it. And I feel like I'm out of practice now, and it's going to be scary again once I get back into it.
It is scary.
You know? I know it's scary.
And you ever fly out of your body? Get stuck in your body? Sleep paralysis, like he was talking about.
No, I've never had sleep paralysis.
That's usually what happens.
I don't think I've ever astral projected. I don't know, but I've done some fucking crazy ass stuff. I mean, like I have taken very, very strong control of a number of dreams where I can literally just do what I want and create my surroundings around me. You know?
What do you do?
I fly. I breathe underwater. I try to have lightning powers shoot out of my hands. It happens when I'm running from someone. That's the most common time, and then I spend all my energy just getting them to stop chasing me and to like calm myself down. You know,
that's a weird thing with me too, because I feel like every dream that I remember was me like just like sweating and frantically trying to accomplish something that was
and like trying to open a doorknob.
Yeah, right. And that's the only ones I remember is the ones where I'm super stressed, like either dying or fucking, or like running or you know what I'm saying. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that. I don't remember very many like pleasant dreams. You know?
I gotta pee, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna piss my bed.
Plus we gotta do something on the Homan Square thing.
We can do that.
Yeah, we've been
for 10 minutes.
Nah, I mean, yeah. Well, we got more than 10 minutes, anyways. But we should. We should move on. We have to do something on that.
Yeah.
Well, lucid dreaming. Maybe I'll try it tonight. I'll keep you guys updated this week.
Dude, I tried for so long not to keep this going for much longer, but I tried to be able to control lucid dreaming for a really long time. And I just got so frustrated. I think I was telling you about this. I just wanted to have sex with Scully from the X-Files.
Yeah, right. You told me about that.
Really bad. But I wanted to do it like realistically. Like I didn't want to just think about it. I wanted it to be like virtual reality
That's
in
what
my
dreams
mind.
are.
Like I wanted it to happen like for real. And so like I worked really, really hard on it and never could quite get anywhere with it. So kind of gave up. But
would Scully appear in the dream previously, or would your dream involve?
You gotta hold your mic up to your
mouth.
mouth,
Would your dream involve first having to track down Scully?
No, she was already there.
She was just like materialized.
No, we lived together in a castle.
Wait, so you did see her in the dream though?
Huh? No,
You
but
just
I
couldn't-
had,
she just
I,
wouldn't
had
let you
a, I
fuck
had
her?
a I had a vision that I was trying to achieve.
See, that's where you fucked up.
where we lived
Because
together
you-
in a castle and there was a storm outside.
See,
Yeah, that's-
you went too specific. You need to focus on the lucid
aim
dreaming
wider than that. Yeah.
more than the specifics of what's going to happen afterwards.
I guess.
No, for sure.
I guess.
You're just like thinking this one thing's going to happen. Like, I don't know if that. It didn't, I'm sure.
Here's a tip for you. This is how I learned how to lucid dream. When you're falling asleep and you're in the first stage of sleep and you're in kind of like a weird kind of in-betweeny place where your mind gets real wandery, try and struggle to stay awake once you get there and stay in that stage one as long as you possibly can and just like do whatever you can to stay there and control it. And then you can kind of work from there.
That makes sense because I've had some pretty crazy hallucinations off of like drugs that made me want to sleep, but I would try to stay up for a long time, and I would have some pretty insane like in and out like really vivid hallucination sort of dream slash, you know what I mean, just real weird fucking things that seemed really fucking real, you know. But I would just like just fly to this other dimension for a second. Well, we used to do a lot of pills in high school and shit, and you'd try to stay up all day for school and finally like come home and like sit on your bed after you took like 5 Vicodins, you know, and like and walked around all day and stuff. And then I would have these like insane, like just dreams where I was like so lucid that it was terrifying. Cause I'm like, this isn't right. This isn't real.
Yeah.
Who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
I'm never going to get back home. It's not, you know what I mean? I'm on like a game show where they're going to kill me. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? That was one of them.
That's how you do it.
Another one was I was chasing a squirrel around my room all over the place. And then I like all of a sudden was sitting back on my bed and I'm like, wait a second, is there a fucking squirrel in here? and I tore my whole room apart. And I was like, I thought I was chasing a squirrel, but it had to have been a dream because that couldn't have happened once I thought about it for a minute. You know, I'm like, anyways, yeah. So that does make sense when I would really fucking force myself to stay awake all day after a bunch of drugs that you would get those weird.
That's what I went through a period where I was having like really, really terrible, uncontrollable nightmares, and I was just trying to avoid falling asleep
What
at
type
all
of
costs.
nightmares?
Just bad ones.
I know what you're talking about, though. I know what
Just
you're
like
talking
things
about. Where
that
you're
made
in
me
between.
feel like negative and heavy, and you know.
Yeah, I've had those periods
What?
too where you just can't have anything but a nightmare, and
Yeah.
you just know that's what
And so you could just never ever want to fall asleep.
Honestly, I don't know if that's a thing people are afraid to talk to, or if it's a really talk about, or if it's a really uncommon thing. But I mean, that has been a huge thing for me. Like that's been a major factor in drinking for me. There's been plenty of times where I'm like, I do not want to go to sleep where I
Sober.
because I will have
Right.
vivid fucking nightmares. I need to knock
A
myself
lot of the
out,
times, if
you
I
know,
don't,
like.
right, same thing with me. I agree.
Is that a common thread with a lot of addicts? Do you
I
think?
think so because
Like-
I can't go to bed without having at least like if I only had one beer to my name, I'd save it for right before I decided to go to sleep and fucking slam it and lay down because like you can't because then like she said you get stuck in between like these dream phases. It's like there's the one phase where you start to hallucinate and like see things and these little scenarios play out and you understand them but they don't make any sense and they're completely random. And then you go into like a deeper sleep where you can't like you're not conscious anymore. You can't move your limbs anymore. You know, and shit like this. And then you get like stuck in between there and stuff like that. It's
That's
fucking
the
scary.
worst.
That's when I hear buzzing in my head, like a literal buzz. I can feel it, and I feel like energy rushing through my chest as well.
Ugh.
It's fucking and it like it's so annoying. And it's like, well, okay, I'm gonna stay up because that's a weird feeling when I feel that, and I just get really tired and I feel like these energies in my brain vibrating. Dude, it fucking sucks. It's really scary.
All right, well, we got to get to
All right,
the
yeah,
we got to
we gotta
get to the
talk
Homan
about-
Square thing.
we gotta talk about-
because we got a secret fucking jail going on right in our own metropolitan area. None of us actually. Well, Dan lives in the city. Hey, Dan. How the fuck didn't you stop this secret jail? What the fuck is going on,
Dan?
All of you that live within Chicago proper are responsible for this. So it's called Homan Square. You've heard of this, right?
Fucking damn it.
Yeah. Over on Homan Avenue,
and like
which
Fisherman's or what is the fucking other street?
It's not far from 290, I think.
No.
And it's which is it's like a place that white people go to buy heroin. Is one of those. It's not far from like Independence, and like a lot of kids from the suburbs go there to buy drugs. It's like a notorious
you hop off the highway, grab
hot
it,
neighborhood that you
out.
can get what you need, and there's also a lot of cops, and there's a lot of fucking shit, people getting beat up and shot and all this and that, and it's not a great place really. But
you know what?
That's what the area is. Then they said,
you know
they're
what,
gonna
you
have
know what
a
Infowars said.
What?
Infowars said that 1 out of 12 people that live there get shot in that neighborhood.
Jesus Christ, that can't
That's
be true?
no,
Why
that's
would they-
Lawndale. That's true.
Is it true?
No, 1 out of 12 people will fall victim to a violent crime. Not necessarily gun violence, but a violent crime. But gun violence is really prevalent. I told you, I knew somebody who was shot there.
Yeah, I've been in that neighborhood a couple times, and it's definitely not a friendly looking place, and I mean it's definitely, and it's not just because it's not like I'm somebody that just sees like black people and goes, oh, this is a bad neighbor. No, this place is a fucking bad neighborhood.
It's
you look around, you're like, yeah, nobody gives a shit about anything around here.
Yeah,
like you look around for 2 seconds, you're like, yeah, this is
it's in the
Somalia. I'm out of here.
If you're over there at night, you don't stop at stop signs. One of those places.
Yeah.
top 20 most dangerous neighborhoods in the country.
Yeah, I've broken down there. I'll tell that story some other time. Nothing really happened. It was whatever. But
anyway,
anyways,
this is a big fucking warehouse, like smack in the middle of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
nobody really knew what was going on there.
It's a fucking prison.
There's some rumors.
Well, it's an official police facility.
But it's an off-the-book booking facility. They don't
They don't process anybody.
You're
They're
never,
a holding center.
I think it's acknowledged as a police site, but they wouldn't acknowledge that people were being taken there.
But it's acknowledged as we were trying to figure out what they call it, because most other government buildings, you can see Department of Corrections facility. You can see this is a whatever, they all have names,
juvenile
like this
facility.
Yeah, this is a detention facility. This is a fucking courthouse. This is a fucking park. Like all these things that the government does. And we were trying to figure out what this place is, and even the Wikipedia page is like, it's a police facility.
It's a facility. In some places it's referred to as a police station, but it's not actually. But they don't do anything. They just hold people there. They don't do anything.
But they don't hold people there on the record.
No, it's literally just they physically hold people there, and there's no record of it.
Which is
there's no records of anybody being there, or there's no records of some of the people.
There's no records of anybody being there or being booked into the building. Yes, and
They
that's
always
the definition.
send them-
That's the definition of disappeared.
Right.
If you're not, there's no record of you coming in or leaving. You are disappeared while there.
Or they're sent to a different police station for official booking after a certain period of time. But they don't process them through the home.
So they're held
Square.
there for questioning, quote unquote, or raping and electrocution.
Right. If they decide that they're going to book you, they take you to the 11th district and book you from that facility.
Sure. Okay. Where's the 11th district? Is that
nearby, I'm guessing.
Okay.
That's just the one.
So
because there's a whole bunch of different precincts or whatever. Fuck.
How many people came out? So this obviously started from that Guardian investigation.
Right.
The guy that did it, I saw an interview with him. He was whatever his name was. Look up his name.
Talking about the white kid that said he was chained to the wall.
The kid that the kid that the reporter that actually broke this story for the Guardian. Young. He looks like probably like between 28 and 32 or somewhere in there, and he's pretty fucking confident. He's going on a major media tour right now. He was on NBC and a couple other places, and they're challenging him, and he's saying, "No, man, look, I'm 100% convinced this is happening. They're using this as a off the grid torture facility. I'm convinced there's enough people that have come forward, and he's out there putting his what's his name? We gotta find his name.
Some dude died in there. Some
guy
died in this building.
The one who wrote the original Guardian article?
Yeah, he does an MSNBC.
He's all over the place.
Thing. But somebody died in this fucking building. 4 guys came forward and said they were kept there, illegally. No record. There's like another 3 or 4 guys I saw that they were saying
his name's like Stank Blackwater or something.
Spencer Ackerman?
Spencer.
What was that?
Stank Blackwater.
Yeah.
Spencer Ackerman. You know where I was going with that. Yeah, I remembered it was something, blue blood. So
he seems like an actor though, doesn't he? He's so confident. It's like his role.
I don't know. He's going. I mean, who knows anymore what anything is?
If I broke that story, you think I would ever step foot in Chicago? Wasn't that MSNBC in Chicago?
Probably not.
Yes, he said that. You said you guys know Chicago, but you've been in Chicago for how long now? You told the host of the show.
Okay, all right.
So it's like, would you fucking come back here? I wouldn't. I would go back to
not
Europe.
With the way the cops are here. That's fucking scary.
Yeah, for sure.
No, so this guy's going out though. The point is, he's not there. It's rare. A lot of journalists like to beat around the bush and they go, here's the information if you're smart enough to get it. But it's rare that you got somebody going out and going like, no, these fuckers are doing this. It's happening this way.
How convenient.
I'm completely convinced of it. I don't know.
How convenient that it's in the worst neighborhood in the world.
That's where they're going to put these fucking things where people,
right.
Because here's the people that live in neighborhoods like that are so used to the fucking, just the hypocrisy of government.
That they just roll over.
They're just, and not only that, they're just like, which part of this do I speak up about and to who exactly? What are they supposed to fucking do?
And with what money?
And with what money and who is going to give a shit about us? Nobody.
I don't have free time to do that because I got to
and
fucking
I'm working
eat today.
60 hours a week. Yeah. I mean, that's why
fucking crack doesn't sell itself, motherfuckers.
Right.
Got to get that money.
They can't set that shit up where there's 50 rich housewives every block.
Yeah, right.
That are going to fucking nose around and look and wonder what's going on in every building.
So basically, they're fucking kidnapping people. And
Did you see kind of some of the profiles of people who came out though? The victims?
Yeah, I saw one was like a younger white guy. One was a younger black guy. One was a lady in her 40s, I think.
Yeah,
because there's seen from what I saw, there was like a pot dealer. There was like some low level drug stuff, and then I think there was somebody
was the weed dealer, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he got caught with 8 pounds, wasn't that guy?
Kind of like some red hair looking, kind of suburban looking guy.
Well, he said they chained him to the wall and he had to sleep that way, hanging from a fucking wall.
Yeah.
But they didn't seem like subversive even, they kind of seemed low level people. Like, why, it, when you hear like black ops site, like you think of like political enemies and stuff.
They're calling it a black site, meaning I think just like a off the grid site.
So but I wonder why.
Well, I could give you one theory. If you're wondering why they would be doing this to just just basic street crime, you're saying like why would they be risking this much illegal behavior on just talking about like little drug crimes and
not
shit
even
like that,
risk, but it just seems arbitrary because there's like hundreds of these happening every day.
Right, exactly.
Why do they bring this one person over?
And that's a great point, and I think that leads me. I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to get into that, and that does seem strange, and I think it would probably have something more to do with the process, like sort of recruiting people that are down with this of like, let's abduct people secretly off the streets.
Oh, then you get your army of willing participants.
Torture tactics and blah, blah, blah. And maybe those people are being recruited into other
So it's really more of an exercise of power than
I think it's probably
than caring what happens.
No, he's saying it's more to train the people who are willing to fucking do those things.
Right.
So then you have
right. It's for the benefit of the police.
And then they're sending them out to DHS. They're sending them out to TSA. They're sending them
exactly.
It's a training facility for these people.
And for black ops overseas, they need sometimes they need real fucking deep dark scumbags, and. So I mean, this could be.
Oh yeah, to like cut little kids' nuts off in front of their parents.
Yeah, and but this is also part of like our government in a lot of generally in a lot of ways really just engages in like a ceremonial just fucking negativity, like a ceremonial sacrifice of its citizens. I mean, it's just this kind of part of the thing that they do. It's just, it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I could see it as like So it's a recruitment thing. It's it's just part of the culture, that they want to breed. They want to have as many of these people as they can that are desensitized and believe that they're doing the good work, and that this stuff is justifiable for security or something, and then just breed that crowd as much as they can.
This is another thing that.
But I could also see it being the other way. I mean, maybe it's as simple as so many guys that become cops are veterans of military in places where they may have engaged in behavior like that before. Maybe this is just a thing that develops for fucking sadistic reasons.
That building was made by design by somebody, not cops.
The other thing is it could be part of anything. You could just speculate forever. It could be part of CIA experimentation on what people will do to each other. Who knows,
or if they'll accept that kind of shit. But for real, they're fucking stealing people. And 20, 30 years ago, if anybody found out about that, there'd be a million people doing something
right, and you saw the protests for this thing. There's like 12 people.
Yeah.
Some lame InfoWars reporter walking around. So, how do you feel about this happening? And he kept saying, God, everyone in InfoWars literally has a definition. You need to fucking look it up. He's walking around going to everybody at the thing. So, you're a citizen of Chicago? And the people are like, he has awkwardly approached them, and they're responding like, yeah. He's like, he doesn't ask anyone if they want to talk, he just walks up to people. And they're like, he's like, so, what do you think of this kind of thing going on literally in your backyard? And they'd be like, well, I don't think that it's good. I don't like it, and I think it's bad. Should stop now. And he'd be like, yeah, okay, right on, brother. Whatever kind of stupid shit they always try to say. Like, he probably didn't say that, but they all, how the InfoWars guys always try to be like down with everybody.
Well, I don't like it at all. I'm in Chicago sometimes. They could take me there.
Yeah.
If they wanted.
No, I know, but I'm just saying about the bland reporting that was going on there.
Yeah.
And like, they're trying to make it like it's, look at the people standing up here. There's like 37 people there, It really was pretty pathetic. But on the other hand, I'm not going to go stand around there like while they put a line of 8 cops at the entrance, and then we all stand around like something's going to happen. No, I mean, get the rifles, fucking walk through this. We're ready to go. Okay, I'm going. Okay, I'll go with you. We're gonna you got the rifles. We're gonna put on some armor. We're gonna go kick the doors down.
We're gonna rescue those citizens.
We're gonna rescue everybody that's in there, and we're gonna slaughter some pigs. Yeah, I'm there. I'm not gonna go stand around with you in the cold for no reason.
And we could talk to each other.
And sit around. Hey, isn't it post on Facebook?
Although the protest video has like 10,000, views
great.
Shit. That helps, right?
Oh, I hope everybody sits at home and fucking drinks tea and jerks off to it. I mean, it's just not going to help anything. It's I posted on Facebook 80 times that I'm at this protest, and does that raise? No, it doesn't raise anything but your dick. You fucking jacking yourself off. So I mean, it's just another stupid way of like, hey, want to exercise your right to free speech? Isn't that great? Don't you like that? Here. Only in this zone, though.
Yeah, come to the free speech
and
zone.
And not after 11 o'clock. You're a free man. But no, give me the rifle. Let's march down there and let's do the right thing.
I would say
and then I'm there.
I would say that 100 people with rifles would be on
30.
Unmatched.
30
maybe. 100, you're not doing anything about what they want to get done. That they're going to do something, they're going to do something.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you want to go stop those 100 people with rifles from doing what they're trying to do? No.
Do you have 100 people with rifles?
Right.
No.
But they got about like 5,000 people with guns.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't make it far, but I'm just saying,
I don't think so. 100 people with rifles willing to use them, it's not going to be easy to approach them, cops or not.
Right.
They should all stand in a circle, 2 circles of 50, like concentric circles, with all the taller people on the inside, and all aiming outward so that they have 2 360 views all the way around them, no matter what. You can't fuck with that. How are you going to attack that?
You can't.
It sounds like you've thought of this before. Or you've thought about this
you haven't?
strategy before.
This is practically all we've talked about on this show.
No, I think that's a good idea. I think people should go down there with rifles as well.
Do you think gangs, do you think Chicago gangs would ever take on the police?
They're so fucking far gone. To be a gangbanger in today's, gangbangers used to be kind of smart and cared about the community and shit. Now they're just like, oh shit, gold chains, word. Selling what? Crack? Cool.
Yeah, I think that
my
culture at this
shoes.
point. I think that culture at this point attracts up a person who's not really down for a collective cause.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like more of a selfish culture, I think, right now. But then I mean, that's just one of those things. Like, we'll start our own. I mean, there's going to be more types of gangs in the future.
Can we start a gang?
Yeah, I think
What
we
do you
should.
want to call it?
I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, though. Like, we probably should start a gang. And,
I think militia has a more upstanding sound to it.
No, neither. Nothing.
No.
They don't know. Militia, everyone thinks you're a fucking...
Go Google Illinois militia and see where they all are.
Right.
Prison.
Michigan militia is another one. That's
Illinois,
been,
whole leadership is
Brigade,
in prison right now.
maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. We could start a brigade,
Yeah, I would be part of a
Let's,
brigade.
super...
Except you can't say it after a few drinks, too. Like,
I can't say it even without a few
join my
drinks.
fucking brigade.
My brigade.
We can have a club. We can call it the club that doesn't hurt anybody ever.
No, let's just start a gang.
It could be. How about a collective? Or does that make us sound like hippies?
But what were these people though that came out? What did you find out? There were some lawyers that came out about the Homan Square place.
Yeah, there's a couple of lawyers came out, and let's see, one lawyer called there regarding his 19-year-old client, and was told that he was not there when he was, and then when he investigated,
lying to a lawyer.
Yeah, and then
scum. When
he investigated further, he went to the building where he suspected they were holding him. It doesn't say how they, he says he got a tip. So he went over there and he asked a woman wearing a police uniform what the unfamiliar building was. He got their address and went there. And the woman said, "Oh, I don't know what this is," and walked away.
This is just insane. This is gonna blow the fuck up. This story has to.
I hope it does.
This story is
huge.
This story is gonna blow the fuck up. I'll tell you why. Because here's how you know it's huge. Because they haven't even tried to come up with a story. They're just what is the official statements given by the CPD?
You want to hear?
You've read some stuff, right, Andrea? They're just basically
they're basically just saying no. That's
No, it's nothing, right?
No, it's
Nah.
just no. That's nothing. That's
not
all
what,
people making that up.
But
None
I've
of
been
that,
saying
bro.
since Rom been in there, the new mayor Rom, I was saying that it's like a federal takeover of Chicago. So they could, the federal government could be doing this to make the police department look bad, so they can have a power grab or something.
Right.
Something may happen like that. The federal government may take over policing Chicago. I mean, that's a possibility. And I think that's where they're actually headed.
It's
that's
not,
what they want.
I mean,
they want oversight, federal oversight.
Right.
And the
Yeah,
way
I
you
mean,
get that is to fucking blow these kinds of things up.
We did talk about that a few years ago when Rahm Emanuel became mayor. What was it now? Fucking wow, a while.
He just won again. What is that? 2-year term?
Wait, did he win?
Yeah, he won.
No, they're
It's
doing
been 4 years.
They're still counting it.
It's been a while. I forget.
Well,
but whatever it was.
But
what I remember talking about that a lot. Where he had his little training, he had his indoctrination with the whole federal scheme and everything. And now, it would be pretty predictable for them to use Chicago as one of the test cities to kind of roll out this new federal
New York,
enforcement
Los Angeles, Chicago.
on city streets, And
Could Detroit have been pretty good for that though?
No, they abandoned Detroit.
They've already done stuff like this in towns like Detroit probably, and they did it in New Orleans with they had federal troops on the ground doing gun confiscations and shit like that, didn't they? I feel like they've tested shit like this before, but Chicago would be the perfect place, especially because people are such trendy, passive douchebags here. You know?
And especially hidden somewhere like Lawndale too.
In the middle of the ghetto.
But it is the perfect place, like you said, to just extend to end the idea that we don't have
local
federal
police.
troops patrolling for
Right.
crime on the streets.
And don't forget
I would think that people in Chicago would completely put up with it, especially the way they've hyped the danger for the past 5 years. Oh, it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. I mean,
They got a bunch of armored vehicles now and shit. And it's so dangerous. We should put the military. Don't forget the military has been on the streets before.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's happened in a bunch of cities.
In Chicago specifically.
Okay.
They come down from Cermak. They went over there and fucking set up sandbags and started shooting people. They set a perimeter up around the ghetto. after Martin Luther fucking died and shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, really? A long time ago, huh?
Yeah, when he died, they set up a perimeter around the ghetto and were like, you cannot leave. You guys.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, soldiers.
God damn, we got to talk about that story in depth. You should write that down for a future idea. I forgot about that.
And
that's one of those things that people just don't talk about.
Yeah.
You know,
and
that's one of those things that should be brought up. There's like 10 facts about American history that should be brought up to everyone every day. You know, it's like, so they can realize what the fuck exactly we're dealing with here. You know, but there's shit like that.
New Orleans, when they tried to leave the city over the bridge, and the National Guard just shot like 100 people, just mowed them down because they were trying to leave.
What was it? The Kent State.
Oh, that was the college thing during Vietnam.
Yeah, no, and there's other just like little tidbits of history that nobody fucking talks about that are just so revealing. Another one about
like the Martin Luther King, his family winning the case.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Government.
Yeah, his family won a civil case against that a jury found the U.S. government responsible for his death.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's basically proven that was a government conspiracy that killed him. So it's shit like that should just be brought up every day. We should do that as a segment on the end of every show. Just
but that's
shouldn't forget.
Yeah.
Like when Martin Luther got fucking killed and shit, they were tripping out in L.A. and all these cities and shit. A lot of people that I know, white people, say, well, why did they destroy their own neighborhoods if they were pissed? Why did they go down to do something to like the government? You know what I mean? Like a lot of black people went nuts and they were just like burning down their own fucking neighborhood and shit. Like that didn't do any good.
Yeah,
I guess they were quarantined as far as Chicago goes.
That's the thing is like at a certain point, people just lash out against society and they probably are too afraid to go down to Wall Street in a lot of cases or down to wherever is like your big business district that you might actually lash out against like the real bigwigs that are influencing government to hurt you. But like, so people they get to a point where they're just like, that's it. I'm fucking breaking something. That's, you know what I mean?
I think it's funny. Like, oh my God, our leader is dead. I'm going to go steal me a carton of cigarettes right now from the corner store.
Dude,
break the window.
But see, you've been to that place. Like I've had things happen that were so terrible in my life that I just start breaking my own stuff. I start throwing
that does
stuff
happen.
And punching holes in walls and fucking breaking things I like, ripping stuff. I'm like, you know what I mean? And it does that, dude. It's anger. It doesn't make sense. It's the same. You know what I mean? Don't you think it's kind of the same thing?
I think it is kind of the same thing.
You're just it's a boil over.
Well,
and then you've got opportunistic people jumping in there. You know, if it's chaos and you can get away with losing.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That's probably more where I'd be at, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I never fucking really, like, every time everybody wants to talk down about that, I'm like, dude, come on. Shit's going nuts. If you're poor, I've been poor my whole life. If not, you could say really poor for my adult life. And since I've had to take care of myself, it's been really bad. But you know, dude, I take it, you know, some couple things. If the place is getting, you know, that's how it is. You take some stuff. If you're poor, get a PlayStation all of a sudden and a new TV and a computer and all this shit. Like, yeah, I'd do it. I'd do it. I would.
I need to steal some stuff so I can destroy it when next time I'm mad.
Right, exactly. Next time I get mad about some local...
You think that's what's going on? They get pissed, destroy all their shit, and they're like, well, now I gotta go steal stuff.
I gotta go steal more stuff. That's the base cause of a riot.
Yeah, to go replace your shit you just destroyed out of anger.
Yeah, that's the base cause of every riot is people individually just spontaneously destroy all their own stuff and just take to the streets and wink at each other. You know what time it is.
I think the most...
Time to cop me a new Casio.
Are we allowed to own rocket launchers? Are we allowed to own rocket launchers in American? Yeah, we are, right? Americans? Can I have a bazooka? Please Google this.
Maybe.
Can I have a bazooka? And we're gonna take a fucking break. And on the other side, you have to tell me if we can own bazookas.
All right, we got a lot more coming up for you. We are going to relentlessly make fun of a paranormal documentary when we come back.
Yeah.
We've been teasing this for a few weeks. We couldn't connect on a time to do it. Call your friends because at around 11:15 should be a pretty hilarious dissecting of one of the worst paranormal documentaries ever made. So check us out. Sunday Evening Overdose. We got a lot more to come. Thanks for hanging out with us, Dan.
gonna go smoke.
Say goodbye.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye, Dan.
Sorry
Big
we went off track there. We were
Yeah.
going into some shit.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, gives
All right.
a shit.
Hang out with us. We'll be back in like 5 quick minutes on the Sunday Evening Overdose.
Sunday evening overdose. Yeah.
Sunday evening.
It's the Sunday evening overdose. Can I? Thank you. That's enough. Shut up. Shut the overdose.
You had a question.
Can I own a fucking bazooka? Can you bring that music down just a little bit while she tells me this?
I will tell you.
I got my fingers crossed.
Okay. Destructive devices, such as a bazooka.
It says bazooka?
Yes.
Yes.
Requires registration with the BATFE under the National Firearms Act. For each weapon, you must submit an application, a set of fingerprints, a photograph of yourself, and a $200 payment just for an application. May take up to 6 months or more to approve your first application.
So how much is it?
It's $200 to apply.
And
you can get a
so for
bazooka?
$200, I can own a bazooka.
No.
How much do you think a bazooka costs?
Bazooka, I think that the missiles for it are like 15 grand, something like that, and that's if they're heat sinking. And like the actual tube itself, it's just a tube. How much could it be worth?
Like $85.
I don't know, but so I can do it though.
Yeah, you can do it. It's
And I can buy rockets and shit too.
way expensive, and I don't know what kind of I don't know what would reject your application, Could
This
be if you
radio
are
show.
Yeah. If you are a
We listened to
terrorist.
7 seconds of your radio show and we decided to throw you into a
Yeah.
dungeon for the rest of your life.
No, but for real, so I can get a fucking bazooka with this license, and that means that if I had, say I had like a bazooka club, like we were all just bazooka, like, hey, I like shooting bazookas and blowing shit up, right?
Yeah.
So then I had like 1,000 people in my bazooka club disguised as just a recreational thing. Do you know what 1,000 people with bazookas walking around could accomplish?
Right.
It's better than guns. Guns shoot little tiny bullets that you have to hit something right on. Bazooka, you can miss by like 30 feet and still blow somebody's eardrums out for the rest of their life and shit.
And if you just call it a recreational bazooka club, nobody will.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody will be suspicious
That
right
won't
off
raise
the bat.
any eyebrows.
We'll have to just rent some land for a bazooka range. I'm just saying. I've always, when I watch war movies, like you ever see like war movies about D-Day and fucking World War II?
Yeah, of course.
Have you? You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking brutal, right?
Yeah.
There's like fucking hundreds of dead, mangled fools on the beach, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't they all have a bazooka on the boat coming up and just bazooka everybody before they tried to run up there with those guys shooting at them?
There's no good answer for that.
No.
Why?
Because you weren't there to suggest it.
I
That's,
think that,
I guess it's just because nobody ever thought about
the
it.
thing is, because all
That's
the time
the
I watch,
only reason.
every time I see anything about war, I'm like, why the fuck didn't they? Like, we have planes that will bomb them, but we're just going to send some guys in to get murdered. But why? And why send them in with guns when, like, why does everybody have
way.
one grenade? If you're going to war, why doesn't each one of your soldiers have a fucking backpack full of grenades?
Because they're heavy.
So what?
And because the people that send other people to war don't really give a shit
right.
about them.
Yeah.
So it's more about the money. And it's the bottom line.
Probably, yeah. I know.
You can't send soldiers in like all equipped to survive. That would cost a lot of
right.
goddamn money.
You're
That
right.
doesn't make any sense.
But my backpack full of fucking grenades would be very light, very fast. Because I wouldn't hold back nothing. I'd throw fucking 4 at a time.
The Earthlings, super light grenades. Yeah,
I'd have a big helium balloon attached to my backpack.
They'd never see you coming.
They're running out of helium.
guys.
They're not running out of helium. The sun's made out of helium.
No, we are running out of helium. There's a
Give her the
Guys.
microphone.
Hold on. We were going somewhere here.
Where are we going?
What happens when you die?
What happens when you die?
What happens when you die? I mean, we all think about it, don't we?
Yeah. I hope I never die. I hope I live to the point where they make
Do you think about it every day?
Make us immortal. Yeah.
Every day?
Yes.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's why, well...
Also, it makes it really difficult for me to be around old people.
Yeah,
It, like, makes me sad.
They're about to be dead.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the thing. I feel like you can be 100 years old, and as long as you can still, like, run around and play basketball, I'm not uncomfortable to be around you.
As
opposed to, like, a 60-year-old that can't walk right.
When you lose the ability to play basketball,
when you lose the
you draw
ability
the
to
line.
fucking move nimbly and tell fast stories, yes, you're weird.
But
Tell
really,
fast stories.
Yes, I never thought that somebody can put you to sleep by talking to you. I thought it was only in cartoons. But
Yeah.
now I know that it's fucking real. And It
Yeah.
happens to me all the time.
You were completely wrong.
I was completely wrong. You can really get tired from listening to somebody saying something so slowly.
Oh, I was
and just struggling to just like spit it out, you motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what old folks do. They tell you this. It's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I can't watch more than a 30-second video clip online before killing myself.
So you know they're about to find out what happens when you die. Oops, wait. When you die.
Well, I don't know. What do you think happens?
Okay. All right, you want to hear mine?
Yeah.
I kind of think that you can't die. I kind of think that the only thing you can know is being alive, and that we're just kind of in an eternal loop. Like, how could you be dead? It doesn't seem like you really could be dead. I don't remember not being alive before I was alive. It doesn't really seem like that happened.
That's true.
Why would being dead happen? I kind of just feel like we don't understand how time works. We don't understand really in what way we may be multi-dimensional beings just experiencing this physical reality for some sort of transient period. So I kind of think that you're just at any given moment where you're at. Like, you could just live these moments a billion times or infinitely, you know? I'm not really sure. I just don't see myself dying.
But even like the awesomest people do it.
Right,
Yeah.
they do it in my life.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see.
Okay.
I see. So when you die,
But I haven't died in my life.
never. Not in your whole life. You haven't died.
I have no frame of reference for it. I've never died.
You're talking about some crazy shit.
Well, I'm thinking like, you know, it's one of those things. You step back for a second and you're like, so how am I trying to perceive, what am I worried about? When I'm gone, in what way will I have a perspective to be upset about that? And
Right.
in what way will I have any way to perceive, you know what I mean? So like, it kind of just means you're just in this endless loop that you're like I said before, we don't really understand time, and it seems like even just the fact that you have memories, and then even to take it one step further, the fact that so many of us experience things like deja vu, or like what seems to be like predicting events in the immediate future, or having a sort of synchronicity with events around us in the immediate future or past. It seems like we are coexisting with other moments as we go through the one that we perceive that we're in now. And that maybe we just will ricochet back and forth in different dimensions in different ways.
Just
you know?
forever.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't necessarily have our own memories from here, though, either. But it's like nothing. I play.
Does that matter, though?
No, it
I don't
doesn't
know.
matter, because
No.
if you're saying that we're like
I don't really like a lot of what's going on.
we're ever existing, and you just bounce between realities, which is our dimensions, which is frequency ranges and shit like that, and levels of consciousness and light and time and shit, right? Mm-hmm. this wouldn't be nothing because I played like a video game, for example. I played it 100 times in my life. I don't remember the third time I played it, but whatever. It's not, it wouldn't be a big deal because I live forever. Who gives a fuck if I forgot this life? Because I'm fucking so super interdimensional.
And I've
done this like 100 times already. That one, I was poor the whole time. That time, that sucked. Let's try again.
I definitely have had many times where I felt like I've been here before. I've been through this whole experience. I've learned lessons. I understand things that are like intuitive, from either a shared memory of some collective that I share with like ancestors or something, or like actual like we've talked before about how now scientifically we're finally catching up to these ideas, and they're finding that memories are actually passed through DNA.
Right, yeah. We actually talked about that on the show.
Obvious. That's obvious because of like these habits that fucking animals have and shit. It's been obvious for years.
Right.
All these things are kind of, intersecting there where you're like, well, what is the difference between being reincarnated and just inheriting ancestral memories?
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know that it matters if there is a difference.
The monks believe that, those fucking Tibetan monk guys, everybody knows who they are. They believe that you can reincarnate with your memory intact. And remember, there's a law in China that says they need permission from the government to do so.
Yeah.
So keeping your memory intact is something of
God damn, I forgot about that's another thing that people should be reminded
every day.
of every day.
We should have a top 10 list. We should have a top 10 list.
Things that you should know about what government does.
And we can swap out different things, but they should all stay mainly we'll rank them as we go, and we'll just keep replacing it with better knowledge. 10 things you need to hear every day or some shit. But that comes from like sitting there on the ground for like your whole 80 years just humming. And then you can remember when you come back. Remember how much time you fucking wasted. Why the fuck would you want to know that?
What do you think happens when you die?
I haven't got a fucking clue.
You don't think about it? Because just to get through a day, you often have to not think about it. You have to just push it out and go like, look, I need to get food right now. I don't know why. And then it gets even weirder when you're like, why am I bother surviving when I can't even tackle these big questions? Like I'm just shoving food in and pushing it out the other end and just without even the time to fucking ponder the reason why. Why are you here, Trix? What happens when you die?
It is crazy because when you think about like death and like people you like and love and all that shit, you're like, oh fuck, that sucks to not be around, But like eventually you wouldn't want to hung around with them anymore anyway if you live forever. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not if they live forever too.
Oh God! See now, yeah. I guess it's just a necessary thing to get away from all these fucking assholes.
I've definitely had people that I felt like, God, I would spend 1,000,000 years with you if I could, and then other times where I feel like that's not possible to feel like that about anyone. I hate this life. I want out. I want to be here for a normal amount of time, and I'm just fucking exhausted. And you look around, you're like, I understand how 80-year-olds are ready.
Yeah.
I get it, because I'm 30.
Yeah, right.
And I'm kind of ready.
I'm getting there.
My fucking stomach hurts. I'm tired.
Everything is terrible.
I don't know,
no,
man.
that's true. I woke up today and my stomach hurt and I was tired.
There's a bunch of food I can't eat anymore.
Somebody's cheated on you. You fucking failed at something in your life. You're done. It's just like, I've seen a UFO, a Bigfoot, and a ghost. What else am I going to do?
Yeah, right. I saw a UFO yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. But wait, what do you think
happens
happens when you die?
Yeah, Andrea.
I think, okay, so when you die, your brain holds on to electricity for like 8 minutes. You have electric activity in your brain. And I think
that... car battery.
Yeah. And I think that is, like, you know how you can have a dream that lasts for 1.5 minutes in real life, but it actually feels like it lasts for like 3 hours when you're dreaming it? So, like a similar idea, it just like stretches into forever.
Yeah.
And if you lead a good life, you'll feel good and have good memories, and there will be plenty of good activity. And if you lead a regretful or negative life, you're gonna be left with that energy in your brain, and then it'll end, and then you rot in the ground. The end.
Oh, so you don't believe that your thoughts continue?
So you think you're gonna have like this big long? But is that comforting to you that you get more time after it shuts down?
No, I don't think it's comforting. No. But it would explain why people who believe they're going to go to heaven would report having visions of traveling towards heaven while having a deathly or near-death experience. You know, people who die and come back.
It seemed like they were lying if they said, I had a dream I was traveling away from heaven, but I believe I'm going there.
What?
So who believes in heaven? Have you ever believed in heaven?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
What do you think the people that believe in it think it's going to be like?
I used to believe in it, man.
No, I can't.
Let me tell you something. I ended up broke and desolate. Alone.
Is that true?
Yeah, man. I had a bad thing with heaven. I had it bad for heaven, bro. That's all I used to think about. Consumed my life. Took me over.
Sold my TV just to get a little heaven.
Just a little bit of heaven in my life. No, I
That's
never.
funny.
I never. Oh, thanks. I never had much thought about it. We didn't have religion in my house.
No.
You know.
And you were.
And me and Andrea, for those of you who are new to the show, are bro and sis who grew up together. So we didn't have that shit, did we?
No.
I mean,
I wasn't even baptized.
I know we used to relentlessly torment her when she was a small child that she was going to hell because she wasn't baptized.
I think I remember doing that with my family at some point too.
We used to just fucking while you were crying, just you're going to hell, you're going to hell.
No.
Oh, it's a great.
I don't want to go to hell.
It's a great tease. So
yeah,
you're thinking though that the whole thing. Since we've established, you know,
she thinks you're shut off.
I think it's more scientific than that.
I
think there's an energy that persists probably, but I don't know, like how you were saying, kind of slipping in between dimensions. I don't know if it's that clear. I think there's a persistent and a universal and a shared energy that is then redispersed back into the universes. But I think that the idea of heaven has more of a scientific idea.
No, I follow you. That's pretty fucking hardcore. But almost everybody believes that there is something that goes somewhere else and maybe comes back, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think
you're just like fuck that.
I think it's a more generic. I think it's a more generic energy. You know. It's not like an aspect of your personality or any part of your brain, but an energy and a force. It's more general, I think. And I think people have kind of personified it over time and made it seem like you are personally continuing to exist on a different plane because that's an easier way to cope with it.
Cope with what? Not existing?
Right.
When I'm not existing, I won't give a shit.
Yeah, but
why does everybody say,
not everybody
"Oh man,
that has that kind of enlightenment"?
What do you mean?
You know,
it's not enlightenment.
People are scared.
If you're shut off, you won't worry about it. I promise you. If it's how you say it is,
I know I won't worry about it.
In the world.
But there's still this thing about being a human where you want to create a legacy and something that's going to outlive you, and I think that goes back all the way back to just believing that you can continue to exist even after you cease to exist. Nobody doesn't want to exist. Like Vinny was saying, all I know is
go
existing.
Forever. I don't care.
All I know is that I am here and I was never dead before, and there's nothing else about me. So like, how could you ever conceive of an existence for anybody else that didn't involve you? Because all you know is existing, you know?
And then sometimes you're like, wait a second. The complexity of my thoughts and my perception for the entirety of the time that I've been here. Do you know how many times that's happened?
Yeah.
Billions and billions and billions.
Like, I suck.
just
I
like
haven't done anything.
But like, what? How could you be special? How could there be a spiritual place for you somewhere? It's like it seems just impossible to believe that there could be any niche of the universe for you. That could be somewhere you could fucking you know what I mean? Why would you?
And I think it's that same kind of narcissism that makes humans believe that there's an all-powerful God that created everything that's ever been, and he wastes his time with us.
See, the funny part about that is the universe. Either one of two things.
Hilarious.
Listen, no. Either one. Stop it! I don't think there's a dude. I never thought there was a dude like a God, you know. But the universe had to start or always have been. What the fuck?
Okay.
How is that possible?
I don't disagree
it's always
with that.
here, but where and from when? You know what I'm saying, right? Like how from where? How did it had to start, right? Did it start?
Yeah.
Did it start?
I don't know.
What do you? That's what I'm saying. This is the funny.
Maybe this is a blink of an eye in a dream I'm having.
Right,
I don't know.
If you had to say, did the universe start or was it always there? Right?
Yeah. No. I mean,
I'm serious. Was it there? What do you think? I mean, it's both possibilities are fucking hard to think.
Well,
about.
It's the same concept as basically. Did I just start, or was I always here? Because that's the same. This question is: does something happen after you die? Is the same question as was something going on before I was alive? With me, was I something?
Right.
Was I in any way a being on any level
I feel
before
like-
I came to my physical being here? It's the same question, right? So you got that about the universe too? Whatever. Same shit.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know.
Well, what the fuck?
Want to get
Why is
stoned and
everything
talk
here?
about it?
Doesn't make sense.
We could do that.
That's what we're doing.
That's what I'm saying. It's the best I can give you on that one.
I don't fucking know. What were we talking about before you just started saying death into the microphone to start this?
I don't know.
Oh,
Isn't that the crazy
my
way of
bazooka army, I think.
Yeah, your bazooka army. Well, hey, if you're gonna confront, you're gonna need to confront death if you've got a bazooka army.
Not if I have a bazooka army. I'm not afraid
Well,
of
I guess
shit.
it depends on how
Death
you look
will
at it.
need
but-
to confront
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, but seriously, I can't picture myself dying.
No.
You can't?
I've done so many it seems like I should have died already so many times. Like
Yeah,
it just
I think so.
doesn't. I feel like in a lot of other people's realities, I'm probably dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one
Like,
of those.
you know,
you believe
yeah.
in those split offs and shit? Like, I died like 20 times, but I'm still alive in this shit reality?
Like that time that I almost drug overdosed
But you really
to death.
did just split off?
Yeah. I mean, that time that I fucking almost fell off of a speeding car. That time, like all these things that almost happen in crazy ways that I
You know what? I think
Fell
I
off
think
of
I
a
did.
speeding
I think I
car.
did see the universe tear when you did that.
Riding on the hood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was riding on the hood of his car.
No, that time it's different. No, you've seen me do stuff that maybe I am dead
Oh my
somewhere
God.
else. Yeah, I mean, I should
I couldn't be. There's no reason that you
I
should have not.
shouldn't be.
There's no
I've,
reason that he could have made his way from the top of his fucking pickup truck hood back into his car and save his life after being like 10 feet away from a minivan headed head on towards him. How did you get in there and do that?
I don't know. I was like an action
You're
hero
dead.
that day.
You're dead.
Yeah, I was like, sir, I was in the only one in my
dead.
truck.
No.
Like, yeah, I'm probably dead. I'm probably a ghost. But no, I was the only one in my truck. I was like surfing on the hood, and I almost
was
hit like
behind
a
him.
minivan full of people, and I somehow like whipped back into the window and swerved my truck out of the way, like all at the same time.
He got from sitting on his hood.
You were just like on a roadway.
He had his ass on his hood.
I was on 55th Street.
Son of a bitch.
No, you weren't on 55th Street.
Yeah, we were.
We were going through the chicane on Ogden Avenue.
No. We were. I
Was it
know
55th?
exactly. We were on 55th Street, and we were going around a curve. I know exactly where we were.
Oh, scary.
And yeah, I was
in the car behind him. We were fucking up drinking.
I was
It was 8 in the
standing-
morning.
I was
We
standing-
were up all night drinking, and we were both trying to get home.
Yeah, it was like 8 a.m. We're wasted. I was standing on my hood going down the street at like 40 miles an hour because I would just kept doing this thing where I'd like get up to like 60 and then I would just hop out and do things on the outside of the truck until it would slow down or I was about to like hit a curb and I would hop back in and swerve. And then this one time I'm just in the left lane and So I mean, there's been a lot of
You
times.
used to call me at my house and say,
also-
"Hey, come outside," and drive past like on your fucking hood.
Yeah,
What are you
that
doing?
was that was my trick for a while. But You might ask, well, how old was I? I don't know, 26. Like, yeah, like it was probably a little too old to be doing that. But
hop in your truck, dude. We'd fucking go downtown and fucking get wasted the whole way there. Like,
oh yeah, just
drinking out of a
complete
bottle.
nutbags.
But
But
fucking nuts.
a lot of things that I've done. There was a time when I was like 19 or 20 that I was baseball sliding off the side of a water tower and then catching the railing as I would go off the side to stop myself from, a 10,000 foot death. Yeah, like. The giant water towers in your town? I was on the very tippy top of it in a in a rainstorm, baseball sliding down the side of it and catching the ladder with my arm, like as I would go over the edge.
Also a technique to climbing it.
10. Oh yeah.
Where you
I
had
used to
to
like 10 backflips off the train tracks.
Jump with your fingers, basically, like throw yourself from ledge to ledge, like a Ninja Warrior style. At least that's what you told me.
I was probably just making that up because there was a ladder to get up there, so that was a lie. But no, I mean, the point is, can you die yourself? Can you really?
Me? It hasn't happened to me yet.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, all those other. Yeah, you know what? That's what it is. Nobody ever dies. The government just takes people and replaces them with a wax dummy that we bury.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one.
They'll get you someday.
Mystery solved.
All right. Well, what was next?
Put the fucking button. I solved the mystery. Not that one. That one. for people that don't know, because it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
You can't even tell what that is.
It's NBA Jam, Boom Shakalaka.
Boom Shakalaka.
I'll get something else.
But it's like a shit
break.
sample.
He's on fire.
Stolen.
Is it the shoes? That's
from downtown.
From downtown.
The nail in the coffin. Remember that one?
Heating up.
Yeah, right. Oh God.
All right, Boom
move on.
Shakalaka.
NBA Jam was the fucking jam.
We have some UFO news this week.
I saw a UFO yesterday.
Oh, we do. Yeah, I want to hear about this.
Okay, here's the thing.
I want to forget all the UFO news that we prepared, and I want to hear this thing.
This is fucking breaking from. You have an eyewitness?
You're sitting right.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
I want
Those
to hear
other
your
stories,
fucking thing.
just
That's
somebody
what I just
else's
said.
story. This is what happened. So I'm driving. I'm with my fucking roommate Bob. Everybody heard about Bob before. He's like a 53-year-old dude. He's fucking completely insane. Old timer.
The Earthlings roommate Bob. We have to go. We haven't talked about him on the show. We should go into him more. There's some great. We could get some awesome material out of him.
He's great. He should be on the show.
Well, but we could even just
interview him.
We could just. You told the story about him falling down the stairs one time.
Oh
We've done a couple things on Bob.
So just
Bob. But Bob's a classic. He's a guy that just gets away with everything.
Yeah,
and he's just a crazy motherfucker.
Just drives around
about town. Yeah. So
drives his body all around town, acting crazier than a motherfucker.
All right, go on. Anyways,
so I was with him. We were driving around. Obviously, he's drinking because he doesn't give a shit.
Nah, he's an old white guy.
In cars,
he's an old white guy that's allowed to drink beer in a car for some reason. You're like, when does that happen?
Yeah,
when are you allowed to do that? I know a couple people, family, friends that have just been driving around for years drinking beer in the car. It's just fine for some reason.
He doesn't even put it, but he puts it in the cup holder like it's regular.
Right, exactly. It's a Dr. Pepper, just fucking drinking it at the stoplight. Yeah.
And we're driving around going to all these different bars yesterday. He took me out. He fucking spent a bunch of money. We go to all these bars, like 7 bars. Just, let's go to another one. He'd say, all right. And we're fucking driving. There's a fucking UFO.
What do you mean a UFO?
Well, he's the type of guy, like for example, when he's driving, I'm like, dude, you can't drink that in here. He just like does like this hand thing, like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, I can do whatever I want. So then I'm like, Bob, check out that UFO, and it's like a fucking bright orange light that's like not satellite distance. It was daytime and shit too, like semi-day. Like
it was
almost
daytime.
night.
It was twilight.
It was all right. You know, when the sun's going down.
Dusk. Sunset.
So I saw it, and it was
orange. We've all been there.
It was going in one.
It
was going in one direction. It was super high up, though.
Oh, was it?
Super high up. You could tell.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say it was super hot. That's what you sounded
looked
like.
Super hot. It looked like a little tiny little mini sun, and it was going across the sky. And I'm like, "Hey, Bob, look at that UFO." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Look at that fucking light. It's like a thing. What is that?" He's like, I don't care. He's like, what did you don't care? It's a UFO.
Just whatever.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I've had
you may never see before.
He doesn't give a shit. He's like, I don't fucking care.
That is the most frustrating thing. I've had a similar experience where I was standing in a driveway out here in LaGrange, Illinois, And it's, around here, like the south and west suburbs, it's actually a lot of UFO sightings.
See them all the time.
Yeah, and so there's this white light that appears to be moving intelligently about the sky, and it was not maybe 3 months after I had seen something similar in my backyard, and we had even made a MUFON report and this and that. And I point out to the people I'm with, I'm like, look at that light. And the same thing. It's just about twilight. I'm like, look at that fucking light up there. It's stopping. It's moving. It's kind of like going to the left, going to the right. It's going a little bit over here, a little over here. 3 people are like, it's probably some satellite. I'm like, what do you mean probably some satellite? You just like act like you
Idiot.
see that normally, it's a star driving around. That's what's happening right now. There's a star driving around right on the fucking sky right in front of you, and you don't give a shit. It's probably a satellite. It's probably a whatever. Like they're just so eager to just get to explain things away in a comfortable way, way for them. Like, and then even if it is, if it's a UFO, it's probably some military thing then. Like, it's probably this, it's like people are just, I don't know, and we're the opposite. We probably take things a little too far with our speculation.
See, that's why I envy Bob, because he doesn't have a shit given either, no matter what. At least they try to explain it.
He doesn't give a shit. So what do we got in our UFOs tonight? We are way behind.
Yeah, we are way behind. Okay, we've got another NASA sighting. Let's see, this sighting, oh my God, it's so dark in here, I can't even see my notes. This sighting was made by the Solar and Heliocentric Observatory, and it was found by YouTuber StreetCap1.
Oh, we got a video of this?
There's a video, yeah.
Gosh, darn it.
So I'm going to put the... Oops.
This video better not be fucking bullshit.
It's probably fucking bullshit.
You know how I get angry about these bullshit NASA shits?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, I really do. I'm going to get mad.
I'm trying to pull it up here.
Pull up that. Is it,
All right,
is
here,
it an
well,
official NASA video you're talking about?
Tell me about it,
Yeah.
because nobody downloaded the videos today, so I
bet it
gotta
has
pull them up.
I bet it has 480p fucking resolution. Fucking piece of shit. Fucking NASA cameras.
Okay, so the Soho satellite.
The cheap webcams that they put outside the $85 billion fucking rocket ship.
You can't afford a $600 fucking GoPro.
The worst
Give me a
thing.
fucking break. Red Bull goes to space with GoPros,
and it shoots 4 frames a minute. By the way,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
So show me this. I'm gonna get mad. Keep going. I'm gonna get mad. Show it to me.
We're NASA, not a wedding photographer.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my
Take us
god,
for.
dude. He's like that. That's fuck.
I am attempting.
No, remember the one time we were talking about the enclosures? They built enclosures that had to cost like millions of dollars to keep their camera in, and then they put like a fucking shit camera in there. Remember that one?
Right. Yeah.
They built an enclosure. Probably cost a fucking $1 million to build the camera enclosure on the corner of the spaceship. They fucking put a fucking old VCR fucking camcorder in there. You can't make out anything the fucking thing sees. It's a joke, dude. they're not even in space. They're just probably like
No, they're
somewhere
just
else.
photoshopping everything.
They probably might be.
So anyway, this
I know the Earth is a triangle. They ain't fucking lying to me.
satellite launched in 1995 and orbits around the sun, but stays close enough to constantly send information back to Earth. And it's been up there for 20 years. And so this guy found. Do you have the video?
No, I'm not getting it.
Okay, well I put it on the page for everybody to look at. It looks like a little. They're saying that it's probably a comet.
Why don't you go to?
It just looks like a circular rock kind of floating off the surface of the sun. So you guys can watch the video if you want to. But
I might be able to get it.
These
It was
NASA
totally
ones.
freezing before.
These NASA ones are always. Sometimes they're pretty clear, but usually they're fairly low quality,
I'm gonna
and
get
especially
pissed.
something that was launched in 1995. So
1995, they didn't have shit.
No.
All right, check it out. There's this website called My 90s TV.
okay,
You ever heard of that?
No.
You can go there, and it's like a television screen, and you can change the channels, and it plays all 90s shit, like cartoons and commercials. And
All right.
It's awesome. So, and shit
That's
was,
good.
and technology was shit in 95. It would, like, the Apple was like a word processor. Don't forget.
Yeah, I mean we've come a long way since then. I think that's kind
Hasn't
of my
been
point.
that long, has it?
20 years.
No, that's not true.
Since 1995,
No, I
it's
was
been
alive in
exactly
1995.
20 years.
That's not true.
All right. Well, math has never really been my strong suit.
All right, what else is there? I'm trying to find this video. We'll come back to it. What else you got?
All right. We have a video recorded from
All right, no more videos. Nobody got me the videos today.
Okay, there's a photo of this one, too. This is one shot from a plane, so it's another plane UFO. Let's see, they were flying over Liverpool, England, and there's like a floaty orb off in the distance of clouds. So I'm going to put the link up for everybody for this one, too.
And who got it?
It was a passenger on a plane that was flying over Liverpool.
Are you having like trouble finding the videos?
No, I'm not having trouble finding them. It's just that the person who's supposed to have the videos on
No,
my computer
I know, but
didn't,
given
just
terms-
didn't do it because they
I
just don't
forgot
give a
all
shit
about
about the show. Not you.
Oh,
Tricks.
Yeah, not you.
oh.
Fuck.
It's a different person who just doesn't give a fuck.
Hey.
Who just has to be told everything a billion times
Hey,
or
but
they don't do
why
it.
do you have to look for it? She says she's posting it to the Facebook. Just go there and get it. Be like see if the links are working.
Whatever.
Well, I'm just posting the same link that everybody else has anyway. But
Somebody
what
just
else?
walk in here. Somebody's in here.
Who cares?
yeah, it might be our Unsolved Mysteries expert.
I don't have to just. Yeah, what else?
We're probably not getting burgled. All right, let's see. This is a really interesting one. A UFO sighting and alien abduction case of the 1960s has officially been deemed a historical fact by the Great Barrington Historical Society.
And who the fuck are they though?
Yeah, really. Who are they to decide what's fact
That's
and
a
what isn't?
historical fact. 'Cause
They're
they-
they're a historical society, so according to them, it's considered fact. But I guess that doesn't mean that everybody has to accept it as fact. But
okay.
So this was in 1969, and let's see, it started on a house farm. When this is two young men have like been pushing that. Well, I guess they're not young anymore, but they were young when it happened, and they've been pushing for this to be made into a historical fact for a long time. So one was 6 years old when it happened. They saw a large disc-shaped craft in a clearing in the forest, and then they were taken aboard. Which they don't remember very well because they were both very young. And then over the next few years, they were abducted. They have memories of being abducted several more times, including one time while they were driving with their mother. Let's see. Reed, who was the older brother, remembers strange lights in the sky. Soon after, they found themselves in a giant room where they met with two large ant-like creatures. And then moments later, they were back in their car. So they have several of these stories, which...
They were
Go ahead.
ant-like.
Yeah, like giant ants.
That's what abducted them. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, well, that's what they said that the creatures looked like once they were taken on the crafts. So,
Ants.
yeah, ants, like big
That's
giant
the
ants.
scariest thing I've
That's
ever
really
heard.
scary.
That's much scary. This is an alien. This is a UFO abduction story, right?
Yeah.
This is the first ant alien ever that
Ever?
I've ever heard. I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds fucking scary.
And this is considered historical fact.
Historical fact. Yeah. So I guess they were able to.
Sorry, I haven't been able to pay attention to this because I'm trying to remedy this video
they got
situation.
okay.
two dudes got abducted, right? It was two dudes or a dude and a chick?
Two dudes.
Two dudes.
Kids.
Yeah, they went onto a fucking spaceship where there were ants, and then they were back in their car. They didn't remember how. Right? That's basically it.
Right, that's one of them, but it happened to them several times over several years in a couple of different ways. But generally speaking, they were brought aboard a ship and then released.
Fucking.
So the case has been examined by the U.S. Air Force's official UFO investigation, Project Blue Book, and the case was also mentioned at the United Nations in 1992. And it has received recognition due to factual and corroborated evidence, as well as firsthand testimony, including recent polygraph tests. And they have deemed it historically significant and true, and warrants induction in the GBHS collection.
I couldn't. I'm still stuck on the ant thing. I couldn't
Well,
picture
it's true.
It had to have regular hands because you can't picture instruments on anybody who has a spaceship has to have regular hands. Imagine what the controls would look like if they were ants.
Right, exactly. They'd have to have telepathic control or something.
Yeah.
They would have to have regular hands and buttons, because that's how you make shit turn on with buttons.
Yeah.
You can't have a fucking big old ant leg poking at it, just scraping at the buttons.
Yeah.
Can you imagine an ant flying like an F-14?
That's what I'm saying. See, now you get this.
Stupid ant body just, sitting there all useless. Thorax just bending around. Fucking dumb 6 legs just flailing around. It's hitting all the wrong buttons and just snagging things. It ejects itself on, accidentally. Like
mandibles clicking wildly.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Stupid ant, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You ain't having no spaceship without no hands.
And it's not even saying anything. Its mandibles are just just fucking jammed. Why did we let this ant fly this plane? Why are we even talking about that?
Because they fly UFOs in this historical fucking story.
I just got into the idea of an ant flying a plane. Yeah. All right, let's check out. I got this video of the. Was this the one from NASA, Andrea?
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
I think I was saying hello to David.
I'm sorry, somebody just punched the other side of my mic stand.
So what are we looking at here? This is a craft caught on their stupid horrible camera outside their.
It is horrible, isn't it? Oh, I'm so fucking mad.
This is the NASA one. Where
they
was
have more money than anybody. Everybody knows that.
It's from a satellite that orbits the sun and is in constant communication with the Earth.
Yeah, and there's what looks like a fucking airplane. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
it looks
something
like
flying around out there.
Yeah, it looks like the ship from Futurama.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, like it's flying away from us.
And they caught that on camera.
I could also see how that would be like a chunk of rock. I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Oh, it looks like it has some pretty.
I'm not convinced.
Aerodynamic
it looks like a square
properties.
with a few other squares near it. They're all white.
It's hard to tell because of the low quality of the NASA cameras.
Why did they do that?
That was okay. Well, that one was. Remember, that was launched in 1995. That was actually probably pretty good quality for 1995.
You're gonna put the best camera on that shit. If you're
maybe that was the best camera they had in 1995.
That's the whole nature of the experiment. You're not sending a fucking satellite out there to not look at shit. I mean, why would you send something out there to look at shit and then take the most important part of it, which is the camera, to look at shit?
It makes other observations than looking at things visually. You understand that, right? I mean, it's not like they just put a camera on a rocket and sent that up there to send pictures back. It does a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
So,
and then, it didn't look like nothing to me that thing saw. It could have been like some fucking rocks and shit. It could have been anything.
Yeah, I think it kind of looked like rocks.
It wasn't even connected. Like the whole, when it got big, they weren't even like the wings weren't connected to it. They were separate things.
We have one other UFO article here. It's really long. It's a collection of vintage UFO photos. I'm just gonna post it. I don't think we need to go through all these.
Yeah, just check it out. It'll be cool.
Yeah, it's cool to look at. But we're not gonna sit here and describe them all to you.
Check it out and look at those pictures during this break that we're about to take, and then when we come back, I don't know why everybody. Did we just suck that hour? Was that a terrible hour?
No, I don't think so.
Everyone fucking left. Everyone just hated it.
I can't remember.
Everyone hated it.
Everyone hates us.
I know that's kind of whatever. You know what? You people that are left, we're gonna post about it. We're about to have some fun.
Yeah,
in the next hour, and we are going to we're gonna rip some people apart. So. Please let your friends know who like to make fun of paranormal investigators, but in a way that we still stay friends with our paranormal investigator community that we've been working on.
We should start
invading somehow.
We should start putting them all on blast and calling them all out.
Yeah.
No. Why do you always want to do that?
Because I like conflict.
No, listen, we are gonna make fun of some people, but hopefully this doesn't burn us too many bridges because we are, well, hey, we're going to paranormal conventions this year.
Hey, don't worry about.
We got a lot going on. We do have a lot going on with the paranormal community. We can't, but this documentary that we're about to fucking make, I wanted originally to get these guys on as guests, and I watched the thing like 3 times trying to make it good in my head.
Yeah,
and I was just. And these guys would be fine to get on as guests. They'd be easy. They're paranormal investigators from around here. I just couldn't take it serious.
Well,
and I eventually realized I'm like, we got to just play this thing and make fucking fun of it.
Yeah, well,
it's the Bachelors Grove documentary. I have a special tie to that place myself. We'll get into it next hour.
And don't worry about burning any bridges over it. That's my department.
Just let the Earthling do that work.
We'll be back.
It's my contribution. How do you say contribution? I can't even say the goddamn word.
And we're back on a Sunday evening overdose.
And I'm angry.
What are you angry about?
Everything.
Well, what else is new? David Box, local unsolved mysteries expert, is sitting in with us for this next hour. What's up, David?
Hey, how's it going? It's great to
silly title.
You can't be an expert on something that's a mystery.
That's how we discovered this guy.
I know, but
you should check out it.
Why was that laughing fake?
We're gonna have a website up for David Box pretty fucking soon, which I'm really excited about.
I think I just gave away the unspoken joke of it all, did I?
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, idiot.
Sorry.
All right, so Unsolved Mysteries expert David Box is sitting in with us this hour, which I'm really excited about. I've been waiting to do this for a really long time. I've been anticipating this. This whole thing started out because we interview paranormal investigators on this show, and we don't discount the paranormal field. Don't misinterpret what's about to happen. We take this stuff seriously, and therefore I'm scouting out there. I'm looking around for some paranormal investigators, some paranormal researchers, some documentarians perhaps that could be on our show as guests. And I find, lo and behold, here's a documentary about this place that I've had a special focus on, and I've talked about it on the show before. I've been to Bachelors Grove 1,000 goddamn times. We used to go there 3 nights a week in high school in different periods, I mean, this was a place that I've been to countless times, had cool stories about, done all kinds of research about, from the folklore to the history and all this stuff. And I'm like, great, here's finally somebody's made a documentary. It's new. It's an hour and some minutes. It's got a bunch of views. This is going to be good. So I watched the thing, and it wasn't good. It was
not exactly what you had hoped for.
It was not a good try, even.
I'm excited.
This is exciting. This thing is one of the worst. I guess the worst. Paranormal documentaries they're notoriously stupid and bad. They're mostly made DIY by people who don't know what. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's good ones out there.
And the whole time you're watching it, you think you're gonna eventually see a ghost or something.
Yeah.
And you never see anything.
And there's good ones.
And they're just like, but yeah, they're out. I'm still looking.
No, there's good ones out there.
Why'd you make a movie?
There's good ones out there that are cheaply done, and there's ones like this. Did you watch this thing, David Box?
No, I didn't, but
he started to.
I understand. Yeah, I fell asleep during it. It was not very good. But yeah, you're right.
They made this thing on a Packard Bell from 1997.
When we saw this thing, we're like, what year was this made in, like 1988 or what?
Yeah, right. Right.
What was happening here?
I got halfway through before I figured out that it was made.
Andrea, when was this thing made? 2014.
2014, last year.
Okay. All right. Wow. Let me just start playing this, and we can get into again. I just want to get into these guys deserve this, because there's a couple people in this documentary that I know a few things about, and these are the kind of people that write cheap little paperback bullshit books that basically make the field of paranormal research look bad. That they just kind of recycle this garbage little urban legend kind of stuff and try to make a few dollars, and somehow, since that's such a limited market, they're able to eke out a living as pseudo authors and researchers and investigators. Some of these guys might be more legit than others. There's a guy in here called Edward Shanahan that's a total piece of garbage. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Edward.
I can't wait to get to him.
I've been watching his YouTube videos for a long time.
I'm just happy that all these people live close enough to actually fight if I say the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
It excites me that they're close. They probably live within fucking 10 miles of here, right?
As you can tell by the heartbeat, this documentary is starting. They open it up with this little bit of this kind of intro. Here's a cemetery, blah blah blah. We're saying some dumb shit on a black screen now.
Oh God, look at that graphic.
Yeah.
So,
holy shit.
Here's the opening graphic. What's wrong with that? Come on, that's pretty good.
No.
What's wrong
That's
with it?
because the title isn't a program called
like
clip art.
Yeah,
which
it looks
was for the first original computers.
It's the default text for the text tool and whatever they're using to edit this.
Yeah.
That's when you can layer one layer.
So they got
It was
real,
not spooky.
They got a real
sure.
creepy, a real creepy. I think that's really good.
No, this black and white one is real creepy.
Yeah, they got some. Look, they turned the contrast way up on all their photos. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
So we're into the intro here, about 2 minutes at this point, and we're still just in the phase of like cheap keyboard tones and some pictures. They're showing some pictures of the woods. This is going to give you an idea about the way this documentary is made, which is like badly, just fucking
their cell phone pictures
terribly. Yeah, I mean, there's things in this documentary that are going to blow your mind. We picked it apart. We got some of the moments that we're gonna play, but I just want to get through this entire intro. This is still the intro.
Yeah,
we're still in the intro.
They didn't show it one ghost yet.
No, they haven't done anything.
Seen a single
These
ghost.
are the credits. And now, when you see the quality of this documentary, it's gonna be hilarious to you that they just showed 18 people's names.
Yeah.
As though those people would be proud of their involvement.
My name is Dale Kaczmarek.
Stop. There we go.
There he is.
Oh man.
My name is Dale Kaczmarek. That's what he said. Now, when that moment
like
happens,
Mr. Potato Head.
yeah, a picture of a guy who hasn't evolved in 32 years has come onto the screen, and he's got a horizontal striped T-shirt. And what is he? What kind of mustache is that? Even that's not even like
It's a Ned Flanders.
It's a Flanders.
It's a clip-on.
It's a clip-on.
Yeah, he's got a clip-on. He's got a clip-on Flanders mustache, and one of those like rugged underwater watches from the early '90s.
Those were like $200 back then.
He can probably go 10 meters down with that thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
This guy.
Holy shit.
Okay, now before I get into this, hang on. This guy's a very serious paranormal investigator. He's founded societies. Now, I'm not going to say that this guy's never done any good work. I'm sure but I mean, Jesus Christ, he should not be the narrator of this.
Oh, for the love of God.
Video. I just want to play the first.
He doesn't even edit out his mistakes. He just keeps
yeah,
rolling.
I just want to play the first like
kind of like our show.
I just want to play like the first 10 seconds of this. But we're not making a documentary.
No, we don't have a second
This
chance.
guy should be doing more than one take. I want to play the first like 15 seconds of this and just show the style of narration. I mean, I think of it. See, I know you guys were kind of down on this guy. I think of it as like a style thing. You know what I mean? This is just one way of approaching narrating a documentary. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't understand, but check this guy out. Here.
I think he just has bad vision.
Check this out.
I'm president of the Ghost Research Society, located in Oak Lawn, Illinois. I've been involved in ghost research since 1975. I started a group called the Ghost Trackers Club.
There's the computer he made
back
the
in
documentary
1977.
He still has it from 19.
Yeah, his computer from 1977. And I used it to make this documentary you're watching today.
He recorded his voiceover on the Home Alone voice recorder.
If you listen,
he's like 10 feet away from it.
This guy.
What did they call it? The walk boy or whatever? Yeah, the silver fucker.
Well, listen, he really needs a glass of water really bad. Really, really bad. Listen, just listen.
And worked for 5 years as a research assistant with that group until taking over as president in 1982 and changed the name of the Ghost Research Society, which is more indicative of what we actually do, ghost research. I've written 6 books on the subject.
Hold on.
That's all that's happening.
And listen to this. The sound. I mean,
I started the Ghost Research Society.
I'm actually EQing this to make this a little bit more listenable for people. Like this is a guy. I don't know what he recorded this on. Like a copper wire and a piece of wax. You know, one of those things from like 1880 that like that you know like Benjamin Franklin recorded on or something.
No, Thomas Edison.
Well, you know, Benjamin Franklin too.
Same thing.
Yeah, he also recorded on that. Just look it up.
True.
But
he's like the wax cylinder thing.
Yeah, but they've got some fucking terrible. I mean, I don't know how they recorded. The guy, honestly, it's probably recorded on.
I'm telling you, I know he used like a Packard Bell computer mic.
Just the mic in the computer, and that was it.
From like 97, yeah, for sure.
And man, did he have some horrible? And I don't think he even smokes weed. He looks like kind of a little bit too like straight laced to even be stoned. Like, what is the excuse?
After seeing the documentary,
what is the excuse for your mouth being that shitty and sticky while you're narrating a fucking video?
Get a glass of water. God
and
damn
what is
it?
And like he makes like 3 mistakes in the first 10 fucking seconds of the thing.
There's
no way you could take. I mean, what were the outtakes? To this,
what was worse?
I think he only had like 12 wax cylinders.
Yeah,
he didn't have one shot. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't. There's no editing that. What are you gonna do? Melt it?
But the outtakes are gonna be like. But when the takes that are this bad that are in the the outtakes are just like he opens his mouth and a bunch of snakes fall out. You know, it's like how bad are the outtakes? Like it's just white noise. He just opens his. He's like, hey, what was that? Like. I don't know. It just came out of my throat. Like, all right, well, we got to do another take. You know, get to the point. You know, where it's like he just opens his mouth and his teeth fall out all like xylophone-y. Like
he probably
no, that wasn't right. All right, well. I'm Dale Gameric. Okay, that's good.
That's good enough.
Close enough.
That's a good take.
All right.
That's a good take.
Everybody that's in this with credits, he probably just bothered for like 3 months and they're like, fine, I'll fucking do it. Just what do you want me to do? I'll just say it. Fucking clogging my email up.
Yeah, they were just, come on, dude, you gotta
stop emailing me.
Just please leave me alone. Yeah. I really want to play on my Packard.
Including Windy City Ghosts 1 and 2, Illuminating the Darkness, The Mystery of Spook Lights, a field guide to go...
He's going through a list of his books. Yeah. Now, I mean, I don't know a lot about this guy.
They look like pamphlets.
I really... I don't know much about this guy.
It looks like the cover of a greeting card.
But do you remember what text on the book too?
And do you remember what I said earlier about like people that just kind of make money off just like hokey recycling of like folklore and bullshit in the paranormal field when there are so many interesting aspects of it that could be legitimized through real work? You got people just like pumping out these stupid books. Like I think one is called A Field Guide to Haunted Bridges or something.
Hunting techniques.
Right.
A field guide to spirit photography. And a field guide to haunted highways and bridges. I'm an instructor and teacher. I have taught courses, workshops, including
gives me a handsome
an online.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Wait, I swear to God, I thought that was coming out of the video when you said that.
Do I sound like I'm recording
because
on
the
wax?
scene just switched and he's like sitting down and I thought his mouth was moving like kind of.
Mom gives me a healthy allowance, which
allowance.
Allows me to narrate many documentaries as well as be the author of many paranormal books.
This guy's a jag.
That was like a little Porky Pig in there.
Well, hey. This, yeah.
And look at his bookshelf behind him. He's got all these fucking like glass ghosts.
I've started a paranormal investigation society.
I used to know somebody with a horrible stutter.
Let's see.
Who hasn't?
But he was fine when sometimes, but not all the time.
This guy.
Sad to watch him. Anyway.
What is it with There's every guy in this documentary has that like 1,000-yard stare of the lonely drunk, the lonely basement drunk 1,000-yard stare. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, because I'll bet most of them are drunk.
No way, dude. Drinking fucking makes you focus. You do a lot better job than this.
Just
you get drunk one night and be like, "This is fucking horrible."
We have somebody who illustrates.
Can you imagine what he did?
Saying.
You imagine what this guy went through on his final review before uploading? He was sitting there and he watched it and he's like, good enough.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
No, he didn't say good
I'm
enough.
telling you, he can't hear. He can't
gold.
see good.
Yeah,
Look at his glasses. He probably can't hear a goddamn thing.
The thing about this, it has like 17,000 views.
That's because Bachelors Grove is popular.
Because Bachelors Grove is popular, and these guys just made the shittiest documentary ever, and just capitalized on a search term.
We should make one. We should make one of our own.
Yeah. We could do a lot better than this. But,
we're doing this instead.
There's a lot of great things about this. They go into they try to go into the history around, and they're just like wrong about so many things. They do no research and stuff. I'm gonna play a clip where he's going up to
on 150th and Harlem Avenue, where a log school, Bachelors Grove School, once stood. When the new turnpike was built, the older road was closed down and dead-ended near the main gates of the cemetery. Today, the road is completely chained off and access is only by walking the quarter mile through a darkened forest preserve. Some have asked the question of why Bachelors Grove Cemetery was located so far off the beaten path.
And like I said, this is a style. This is this is just a style of narration.
This is him being scared of ghosts.
It's that, or it's like the laziest Christopher Walken impression ever of all time. It's this guy who's not really trying to get the voice, but he's just doing that weird chopped up rhythm thing.
But the answer's obvious. It wasn't.
Oh, it does sound like him.
It's totally.
You're right.
Dude, that's what he's doing. Yeah, we know what you're up
Christopher Walken, right?
Yeah.
Progress just passed it by. In the fall of 1976.
Dude, it is.
Now
that you hear it as Christopher Walken, that's him.
If this guy's been
he's
there
doing.
hundreds of times and walked the quarter mile, why does he look like a sack of fucking potatoes?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a pear shape going there for him.
Well, I'm a fat fuck too, but this guy looks fucking weird.
Hey, you could beat him up.
A high school teacher from a nearby Bremen High School began a bicentennial project dedicated to...
So anyways, yeah, I think that was just the area where I was going to play how he sounded like Christopher Walken, I guess. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Here, I'm gonna
study
down a little.
and research.
There's all kinds of stuff in here
During that time,
where he's just like...
Charles Fulton
they really try to play up the idea that this place is this creepy old, and it's way out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, I think he's about to go into a thing where he's talking about down this old dark wooded path. Like, if you've ever actually been to Bachelors Grove, you'll know that you walk basically through people's backyards to get to it. And from the cemetery, you can see a main road and cars going past. It's not like this ultra secluded experience,
No, there's
really
just a long
to.
fence.
Yeah.
Mr. Fulton had previously requested Bremen Township's
I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about.
It's all nonsense.
1967 had been turned down. Clarence Fulton indicated that there was a Bachelors Grove Cemetery Association, but no official record appears.
How long have we been on this shot of absolutely nothing now?
And right next to that tree right there, that's where I sleep.
And the whole time, the whole time, a lot of this stuff is going on. They're just showing these handheld shots of nothing, just
and there's
trees.
Yeah, and they're moving like an inchworm.
Those trees are taller than shit, though, huh?
Right
That's a big, tall fucking tree right there. You don't see them that tall usually, right?
Yeah, check out them trees.
Those are tall fucking trees. Those are like 100, 200 foot tall.
This couldn't have been. This couldn't have been done lazier. It could. The way they put together these shots couldn't have been lazier.
No.
Yeah, this is even lazier than going online and compiling a bunch of photos to just show.
Forest Preserve District, according to
what he was saying before there though was kind of interesting. He was saying the land is owned by the Cook County Board of Real Estate Management or something, and there was a. Andrea, I asked you to look up that Bachelors Grove restoration project or something.
And then you told me not to look it up.
Oh, whatever. Because I already know about it. Whatever. It's they were out there restoring the cemetery for a long time, and then they got shut down by the local government. And the word on the street was that they were trying to diminish public interest in the cemetery because they're hoping to one day be able to developed that whole area. And there's ruins back there that go back to the 1800s and stuff. And
this guy never talks
there's
about
all
that,
kinds of
right?
no, they don't go into any of this real stuff that goes on. This guy talks about murders that definitely didn't happen and doesn't mention real ones that did. They're just, I mean, they're a bunch of hacks that it gets so bad that we'll play the clips at the end of this. It gets so bad in this documentary that they're actually telling common urban legends and attributing them to Bachelors Grove. By the end of this thing, they're just like, well, we wanted to make it an hour.
I gotta fill
so we didn't do enough work.
What can we use to kill 11 minutes?
We're really gonna need to just make some stuff up here.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna have to work for us. So
I can relate.
There's so many places in this fucking thing where they just go, I think this, but we don't really know because we didn't want to fucking find anything out. So make sure
to play the Java the Hutt.
Oh, we got that
underneath the fucking water.
There's
That's hilarious.
Oh, please stay with us. There's so many funny parts of this to come. We've barely scratched the surface of this fucking thing. This thing is so stupid. The further research required clip is what I want to do next. This is just one example of how they'll just say things just make claims and then just go, but we're not really sure about that.
1970s, most likely 1973.
Hold on.
May have been the peak of the blue light sightings occurring through.
There we go. They're talking about the blue light sightings in Bachelors Grove.
Where people basically just saw orbs of blue light bouncing around
Pretty sure it's
in a
cars
couple
driving
different
by.
ways.
So here we go. Hold on.
1970s, the late Richard Crowe
Holy fuck.
conducted an
Look at that
interview
guy's
with
neck.
police officers from the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department whom also have claimed to have witnessed the blue light phenomena. Occasionally, the police themselves are questioned as being the source of the light due to the rotating lights on top of their car. The problem is that the department patrolling the area are said to have only been issued red lights during the 1970s. But further research is required.
You'll have to contact somebody who's making a documentary about this subject in order to find the answer for that.
You'll have to, you'll have to contact somebody with the internet because we made this by looping two VHS cassette players and doing our edits the old-fashioned way. What did you?
One Google search
got you the answer, right? What was it?
That the Cook County Police Department received blue lights on their vehicles in 1959.
Okay, there you go, you stupid fuck.
So
you were
debunked.
Making things up. But there's so.
You see how fat that guy's neck was?
Who
was that guy?
I don't know.
Holy shit!
Who that guy was?
I wasn't gonna let that go.
Yeah,
that was insane.
I don't know who the fuck that guy was with the huge fat neck.
I don't know.
I don't know what he.
But I love there's so many places in this thing where there's like, yeah, we think just make a little.
We heard
little
somewhere.
claim here. We heard that there was a caretaker. The caretaker murder is the best.
Is that next?
No, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Next is Edward Shanahan.
Oh, Edward Shanahan.
You guys can look up Edward Shanahan on YouTube. Now, I live in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. I am interested in the local paranormal stuff going on around here. So you're going to find Edward Shanahan when you're looking at stuff on YouTube about the haunted locations around here. This is a guy that just drives around in his car arrogantly talking about his paranormal experience and chain smoking Marlboros in just some dirty Buick,
Oh, I'll bet he's one of those white guys that keeps a beer in his cup holder too.
He seems like that kind of guy. He doesn't do it in his videos.
So what does he do?
He's definitely that kind of guy.
Does he do tours or what does he do?
He does things like that, yeah. What I do know is that some of the other paranormal investigators and people around here that I've talked to really don't like the guy. They really, really don't like the guy. It's to the point where I've mentioned his name.
He's all right.
I've mentioned his name to a few people, but hold on a second. Oh wait, I'm getting some messages from one of our paranormal. I knew this was gonna happen. We can't make fun of anyone because now one of our paranormal investigator friends is saying Dale is a really nice guy. He doesn't drink. We tried, but yes, this documentary is not that good. I'm not gonna say who's I'm not gonna say who's saying it. That's his normal voice. He talks that way. And this person this person also says I know some that call him Edward Shenanigans. So this guy does not have a good reputation. There's a local coffee shop where I've hung out and talked to some people that are in the paranormal field that hang out there. And if you mention his name, they all just go, "Oh God, no." And I was pissed off at this guy originally because I was trying to find the location of an ancient Native American healing spring. I don't know if you call it ancient actually, but whatever. It was a Native American healing spring that
it was a pretty long time ago.
Yeah, that I had read, but I had read about it in some like old historical texts from this area, but you couldn't find out exactly where it was. So I find a video of this cocksucker standing in front of the fucking place.
And he won't tell you where it is.
And in his video, he's like, I'm not going to tell you exactly where this is because you need to do your own research.
Because it's my backyard. I made this out of fucking styrofoam.
You don't, and there's no way to find it. I had to ride my bike all over the fucking place.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I found it. I know where it is now. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's I don't know the name of the street.
Sure.
I don't know the name of the street. It's like
you have to do your own research.
You've been looking. You've been looking young lately.
Do your own research. Yeah, I'm going backwards.
What's been going on here?
So, I want to get up to Edward Shanahan's part.
There he is.
This guy, first of all,
is this the guy that's a good guy or
No, this is Edward Shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, people don't seem to like him in the local paranormal community.
And he will not tell you.
We'll probably meet these guys sooner or later, so let's talk as much shit as possible.
Anyways, let's check this guy out. He recorded his.
I'll fight him. I'll box him for charity.
He recorded his segment here on actually a tin can tin can through a string situation. It sounds like. Let's see what he's got.
I've been doing ghost hunting since I was 15 or 16. Well, the actual fact is...
Don't tell me this guy doesn't drink. Don't send me any messages about how this guy doesn't drink.
There's not a chance.
Look at his apartment. He's in his apartment right now, too. He looks like one of those old drunks that's so annoyingly neat about things. You know what I mean?
Neat about things,
like
but he
never has
4
any
photos
laundry.
Of bicycle seats in his background.
Right, and he has no laundry on the floor. No, nothing. Like, he's just very suspiciously neat, and he just has that like detached kind of just I'm a very important man, and I've got a lot of knowledge. About I've been at this a long time. Okay. And hold on, check this guy out.
And has 4 bicycle seat pictures
at the age
on his wall.
16, or those individuals my age or a few years younger. It was just good teenage fun back then. And back then, we were able to drive it back into Bachelors Grove, right off of Midlothian Turnpike. As you may see on my website, Chicago Paranormal Nights, I have different videos. I have a video of the place, a tour of the location. It was recorded in 2003. So yeah, I've been in the paranormal field for a long time. I did have a public access cable TV show, The Unexplained World. But you can see the video tour, Bachelors Grove video tour. If you type that in, it's about 17 minutes long. You can see it there. I also have captured what appears to be the ghost house in Bachelors Grove.
Okay. We're gonna stop it there because did anyone else fall asleep? Like, I was falling asleep while that guy was
just talking about that earlier.
What the fuck is happening? Like, this guy, he's like...
He doesn't make any fucking sense.
It is the classic thing of when an older drunk guy won't leave you alone, and you're just like, God, shut up, dude.
It's like if they quickly deliver their information to me, I can quickly tell them to get lost. But since they're not quickly delivering their information, you're like stuck in like what do they call that when you're not
limbo?
Limbo.
Your life is buffering.
Your life is buffering. And you're just like, oh my god, like I
Shut
can't
the
make any
fuck
decisions.
up.
By standards of speech. I have to let him finish his point. It's like, come on, make a point.
He
fucking cocksucker.
He's about to go into the ghost house. All right, now let me tell you. I started going to Bachelors Grove in the year 2000. Let me see that for a second.
The year of our Lord.
In the year 2000.
What was that from?
From Conan.
Was it Conan?
Conan O'Brien thing. I started going there in the year 2000, and since way before we were going there, you would run into other kids, and it was the folklore around the neighborhood. Hey, there's this house, man. So-and-so's seen the house. Have you seen the house? Blah, blah, blah. This house appears and then disappears, It's a thing that happens out here. It's just another stupid little story. There's no real evidence at all that it's ever happened. There's not even any real good stories, I think, since the 50s or something, if you look into it. But, it's just another one of these dumb things. And then this is one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. He's going, I've got a picture of this disappearing house, 100%. This one that no one else can get. Check this out.
The one that people talk about, but nobody's got pictures. It seems like I have a picture of it.
Seems like I have a picture of it.
Seems like I have a picture of it. Okay.
Seems like I have a picture of it.
Okay.
And then they show this picture. Now, this might be the climax of this entire documentary. They show this picture of trees.
I'll tell you. And not only is it a picture of trees, but it has a red arrow saying, "Look here," and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
That does make it right. That does make it way better. It's a giant. It's a picture
giant
of trees,
red arrow,
and then like a tiny red arrow, in the very middle of it, like pointing to this small section of what is definitely trees, and saying, "Look here." This is that ghost house.
This is a house.
But I love the way he delivers it. The way he delivers it with his eyes half closed, that picture of that house that no one can seem to get a picture of. Okay, I've got it. It seems like I've got a picture of it. Yeah. And he says it it's very unimpressive to him. Just like
I won't.
But this goes on. You got to hear the way he talks about this afterwards.
It would be funny if he took a selfie of himself shitting on the ghost toilet in the house.
That'd
been a much better picture.
Ghost poop. Yeah.
Ghost poop.
But you can't. For the listeners at home, and I'll put this on YouTube. I'll put the picture up during the video. But you can't imagine how much there's not a house in
there's
this
nothing
picture.
there.
You just can't. You can't even imagine. If you've ever seen a picture without a house in it, multiply that by 50.
And then imagine someone tells you that there is a house.
The forest is the opposite of houses.
That's how much there's not a house. Exactly. A forest is like
a forest is a house before it's a house.
Yeah, I mean
not a house.
It's a negative house.
It's a negative house.
These are so far from being houses.
No house.
Still, this is just. Yeah, this is like house larva out here. That's just got so far to go.
No, because the arrow is pointing, and it's pointing to a specific location, and there's nothing there.
Yes.
There's nothing. But listen to how he talks about it. I'm going to pull the mics down because I need people to hear this. Just listen to this next part. It's so crucial to understanding how incredibly insane that this man is. Hold on.
The one time that you will see the ghost house photograph, etc., screaming face next to a headstone. That was the only time I ever pulled out the camera with. And that was back in 2003. Haven't pulled it out since. I got what I needed. When I took pictures, it wasn't 200 pictures. It was approximately 15 to 20. Okay? I go by instincts. I suggest that for people, go by your instincts if you feel the draw to take a picture.
Okay.
Don't take any pictures you don't
hold
need.
on a second. He goes, I've never taken the camera out since. I got what I needed. That's one of the only times I ever took the camera out. I probably took a total of 15 or 20 pictures at all. And I got the house. This man is...
It's because he can't afford to get his pictures developed at Walgreens. He's using a fucking...
Because it's 1985 in this documentary, and he has a disposable camera out there at Bachelors Grove. And he thinks 15 or 20 pictures is quite a few pictures.
That was a huge investment.
It's like that's like $14.
Right.
It's almost your whole camera.
Especially if they're Polaroids, those are fucking expensive. They're like like $10 for 5 of those motherfuckers.
And it's such a cheap image
Yeah,
too.
it
It's
looks
just
like
such a
shit.
cheap, blown out, cheap digital
It's like a
camera.
flip phone
stupid,
camera.
like just really just
That's not even
garbage photo.
digital.
Yeah, that's like an early digital camera shot.
God.
It's definitely not. I mean, it's got the 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yeah. Well, this guy, this man is dangerously insane.
Wait, now this is a
and
circle.
then
Now there's a circle around the house that's not there. Now
That-
they put a circle around the house that isn't there in this
Right.
scene.
No, that's how it's enlarged, so you can see how.
Yeah, can't you see the house?
Yeah, can't you see how those light reflections are actually a house?
It's a house.
That's is that a fence? That's a fence.
No, it's a house.
It's a disappearing house. No, but this man, if you notice, like, it's one thing to just go, okay, I think I got this house, but to have this like overly confident, smarmy,
Okay.
kind of fucking swagger about it creeps me out.
Yeah.
That's weird, and the guy
probably
is dangerous. I swear to God, he's not to be left alone with children.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the
Totally.
way I feel. That's just the way I feel.
I feel like he wouldn't be so
Hey,
confident
kids,
if he wasn't
wanna
so
go see
drunk.
a ghost house?
You know, you gotta. All right, you know, I could show you ghosts right now if I wanted to. Okay,
If I wanted to, I'll show you.
Okay.
I don't feel like really showing. I mean, there's ghosts right behind you. Okay, if you turn around, he's he's already gone.
Here,
You're,
let me-
I saw
let me
him.
you're
get
a stupid kid to
Yeah,
prove
turn
myself
around.
to you. Okay.
Let me get a picture of the ghost. So turn around there. Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit
no,
to the
I
left.
mean,
Okay.
if you
I'll take
had
a picture of the ghost now.
if you had seen what I'd seen, you'd recognize the ghosts that were right next to you. And the second you turn, he's not there anymore. I've got a picture. I'm not going to show it to you.
Okay.
Okay. That's how it is. I
I
don't
hope
need
these guys get mad at me because I want to fight one of them for charity. I'll fight all 4 of them at the same time. How many guys are there in this movie?
Come on, stop degrading our bit here. This is funny enough without threatening to beat people up.
I'm not.
Because that's not going to happen. This guy has not. His arms haven't made a full rotation in 65 years. He's got. If he went down a staircase too fast, he would turn to dust. I mean, he's not like his joints would just fucking deconstruct, and he'd be like that scene in that. Remember that stupid movie Death Becomes Her, and
He'll
the lady
show it-
falls
Yeah.
apart and falls down. That's what would happen to him.
He'll show up
His
to the
head just rolls down. Blink, blink, blink.
He'll show up to the fight with the humidifier.
This guy's.
Look at it in the middle of the ring.
I mean, talk about a guy that if he doesn't smoke 100s, I swear to God, if
Eat
he
your
doesn't,
hat.
yeah, I'll eat my hat. if this guy doesn't smoke 100s and drink cheap beer, I mean, did anybody else or what? Are you not getting that same thing from this guy?
I was
get
drinking
that.
Natty Ice with that guy last weekend in the woods,
Yeah, exactly.
right down by the river there.
Not
By the
that
house.
there's anything wrong
By
with
the
it, but he's
house.
just got that typical scum guy thing going on.
Typical Keystone.
I got that too,
drinker.
right?
No, not like him.
No, at least I drink Heinekens when I have the money.
Yeah, you'll never be as good as this guy.
Yeah. What's next? What do you got?
Yeah,
What's your next highlight? Are you gonna play the underwater shit?
No, I think there's more.
No, it's
Is
good.
there more Edward Chang?
So loud.
Holy shit!
Fucking Christ.
Sorry. No, this is the guys that found the house.
Oh.
No, these guys are legit.
They found the house.
Sorry about that. That's fucking really
That was
loud.
scary.
These guys are totally legit. This guy's even got his own cameraman who's with him, and they're actually spot the disappearing house way out there in the woods. Only there's just a slight twist to their experience. You want to check it out? Now, first of all, no editing in this documentary.
Jason Sullivan.
Hi, I'm Jason Sullivan. With me always is my cameraman, Jacob the Ghost Hunter. And we're on our
Jacob the
second
Ghost
day
Hunter.
out here at Bachelors Grove Cemetery. And today we're going to be exploring the disappearing house. Now, the remnants of that house is set back in the woods, back here south of where the trail is.
Okay.
Why
Hold on a second.
Okay, you
Let me
go
just
at first.
No. Those are ruins of a little German migrant village that is well documented to have been there.
Bremen.
This isn't an old farmhouse where a caretaker killed everyone. They're old foundations left by a little village called Bremen, which actually has an incredibly interesting history and was a thriving little place until the government force them to move out of there and incorporate into Midlothian, so they would pay taxes in the 30s. But who doesn't have to pay taxes in the 30s?
Take their little slice. Yeah, then they take their little slice, then make it a forest preserve like they've done everywhere else, which is now.
That's when the real estate. I think the real estate board has, or whatever, that real estate management division has been in control of that area forever. But it's been like an area of, local intrigue. And
so these guys are completely wrong. Not only that, but if he says the remnants of this house are right over there, let's go look for the house. Wouldn't it be right where the remnants are?
Right.
Yeah.
No, and these are the kind of guys that make. It's just none of this makes any sense. None of this.
That's where my ghost house would be, where it was when it was there.
None of this documentary makes any sense. Listen to these fucking morons. They're about to go. What?
Why did they shoot it in the middle of the woods during the summer when there were a million cicadas everywhere? Because you can't fucking hear what he's saying. Doesn't it sound like that? It was like the cicada summer.
On and on we go.
Yeah.
None of this. There is a problem at every fucking turn.
Literally everything is wrong with this.
This is the worst documentary. Again, we're watching the Real Bachelors Grove on YouTube, made in 2014. Believe it or not.
Well, I guess it is kind of true because the Real Bachelors Grove has all these fucking retards just running around in there, and that's basically what goes on there is these dummies.
That's what I.
So it is the Real Bachelors Grove.
I will tell you what happens at Bachelors Grove. You sneak past people's yards. You walk down the stupid old highway. I mean, it is creepy. It's cool.
Cool.
I've been there plenty of times. You've seen it. It's cool. It's old. It's definitely.
And if you're in high school, you're going there. You're getting your dick sucked by a chick on a gravestone. I mean,
exactly. You're doing all kinds of stuff like that. You're going and smoking weed back by the lagoon, and you're doing all this, and you're hiding from the police when they come through, and all this. Mm-hmm. I've told those stories before, but this is mainly what's going on at Bachelor's Grove. There's not a big mystery. Yeah, there is some weird stuff that happens, and I'm sure there is some paranormal activity. But mainly it's white guys in their late teens to 20s and early 30s, just doing stupid, just doing stupid shit one way or another. If it isn't stupid paranormal research, it's just fucking around getting drunk. That's what's going on in Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. Hold on.
And we're going to be heading out there now, taking a look at it. There's 2 dried wells that we know and a former foundation. Now this house, by reports, has been seen appearing and disappearing. People think they see a full-size home. We're going to go back there now and take a look at it. So sit back, watch Midwest Haunts.
So now they're just walking through the woods. Like I said, they don't want to edit this, right?
No, of course not.
Why would you want to edit?
Because then it wouldn't seem authentic.
Right.
You want to give the viewer the real experience.
Nobody would believe this this fucking evidence that comes up right here.
The kids on the Blair Witch Project did a way better job at cameraing this, and they were getting chased by a witch the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with these guys?
These guys can't keep the fucking camera steady. It's wobbling all over the place, turning sideways.
Hold on.
Doing barrel rolls and
We're missing the best part.
Sorry.
That's not it.
This is what. So this whole time.
Seen appearing and
God damn it!
Well, don't make me watch that again.
People think.
So they're going through the woods. I kept telling you to stop talking over it. So we're right here. They think they see the house, and they're gonna go run and try to chase it down. The one guy's like, that's it, up there.
What? I was going to say.
Where? Now this guy goes running.
I'll never find this place.
Like, I saw it right up there. This guy goes running with the camera. Now he gets up to the clearing.
Wait. That's not it. That's not it.
That's not it.
What?
Holy shit.
God, that was loud. What is that guy supposed to be doing?
God damn it. They were supposed to be... Jesus Christ. Turn that. There's a switch on that mic. You can turn it off if you're going to fucking rustle around in your lap for 20 minutes.
That's what his crotch sounds like from day to day.
So, they
didn't see a house.
Left this in the documentary. Why? Exactly. It's just 2 guys running through the woods. 2 fat fucking buffoons just losers. Two big fat losers was running through the woods going, wait, I saw the house. No, hey, wait, it's not it. No, hey, that's not it. It's actually not.
That's not. I thought it was it.
Do you hear the way he says it? It's like his big news. Like
That's not it. That's not it.
no, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's not actually.
If I found that house, I'd stand there forever. And then I'd wait for somebody to find me, and I'd be like, this is where the house shows up.
No,
Guaranteed.
As soon as you see it, it disappears. So
is that how it works?
That's a tricky thing about that house. Yeah.
Bullshit.
That's the tricky thing about that house. That is a tricky house. So yeah, those guys, I love that they just, I mean, that's how shitty this thing
I could have
is.
sworn. And then he says, I could have sworn. It was right here. I could have sworn it was right here.
Does he? Hold on.
That's not it. That's not it.
It's not.
It's not it.
Can you believe that?
It's
an
not.
illusion.
It was an illusion. He explains it. It's an illusion. Yelling to the woods to his fat retard friend. Hey, it's an illusion, actually.
Hey,
okay?
That was...
Can you believe that?
It's not it.
It's an illusion.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so there they edited something.
This is Jason Sullivan filming. And
Get that because this is an intense moment.
Yeah.
This is Jason Sullivan filming, and they've got the scary music in the background. This is Jason Sullivan filming. I want you to just document this here. I mean, we thought we saw the house.
It was an illusion.
Tell my mother and father I love them.
Could have sworn. Here, check it out.
And I could have swore I just saw the structure of a house right in here.
I mean,
man, I'm fucked
My
up.
second cameraman, Josh, out to get Jacob the ghost hunter and Val, but
They're on cheap handhelds. My second cameraman. You fucking delusional asses.
I could have swore.
Just
I could have swore.
Horse's ass. Just a big. How disappointed is this guy's parents? Do you think?
They didn't. Hopefully, I guarantee they haven't seen this.
Yeah, no. This guy. Everybody that
I wouldn't tell anybody.
The people that worked on this documentary, they saw it, and they just stopped returning the calls of the guy that got him involved. You know, Dale Kaczmarek's just sitting at home calling everyone. What'd you
think?
So it's just like, you
stole our fucking material and convinced us to give it to you for free, and fucking did a shit job at throwing it all together.
Yeah. And
fuck you.
You better not be advertising on that YouTube, neither, motherfucker.
And we're all a bunch of buffoons.
Yeah.
Holy, it's not here. This isn't it.
He's so incredulous. It's not. I mean, it's really.
not.
It's not.
It's not.
If you thought it was, I'm here to tell you right now.
It was
I'm
an
telling you right
illusion.
now that it's not.
Here it isn't.
It isn't here.
I could have sworn this was it. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
I could have sworn it was here.
Listen, if they don't shoot the entire forest, we're not going to know that it's not there.
And meanwhile, the shot that they're showing you is just them spinning in circles.
And they have time. They have time to go out there and do this
in a shitty 20-year-old woods. Like none of the trees are even old.
Yeah.
It's like just this dumb little fucking new woods.
I wish we could find the time to go out there and just speculate on seeing things or not.
Spin in circles.
Spin in circles with the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they have like work in court and work?
Really, not as much court as us.
Not as much as me. I got court on the 9th. How about you?
I got it tomorrow.
It's gotta be around here
Really?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Man, that was eerie. We found the first well down the trail, on the south trail.
All right. So, anyways, and then they move on.
To a well.
Now they call these wells. These are just part of an old community. You can read about it.
Yeah.
It was out there. These fucking grown men out here. This is the ruins of a caretaker where he killed like no, it wasn't. What's the next thing, Andrea? Do you know?
The next thing is a brilliant piece of cinematography where they talk about the story of the caretaker.
Oh, no. But it's also the two-headed monster line I wanted to get to. 35. Let me zoom up to this. The guy has a brilliant interpretation of some local folklore, and it involves the pond. So there's a pond next to Bachelors Grove. Little old pond. They call it a lagoon for some reason. And it's long been speculated that
the horse story.
Yeah, that a horse dragged a guy into the pond for some reason.
Who was steering a plow?
And
he didn't have enough time
to let go. He had no time to let go. Hold on.
When a few seconds after he arrived at the Forest Preserve, a most unusual image they could not explain. As they began to approach.
So before this, he talks about this was an old police report, I guess. Some cops saw this, which, again, we should say, we're not making fun of the idea that Bachelors Grove is a weird place. It definitely is.
It's weird.
It definitely is. And there's some cool fucking shit that's gone on there, and I've had some weird experiences there. We are merely making fun of these losers. That's it.
Lagoon. They saw what appeared to be a farmer and his horse pulling an old-fashioned plow suddenly materialize in the middle of the road and quickly disappear into nearby Rubio Woods. They both looked at one another in utter shock and disbelief, but continued their nightly patrol. While they had both seen the same thing, neither one of them made an official report of the incident, fearing ridicule from their superiors and peers. Later research indicated that in the 1870s, a farmer and his horse did in fact drown in the lagoon while clearing land for crops. For no apparent reason.
That's him shuffling his papers, by the way. That wasn't that wasn't us. That's him doing a De Niro breathe into the mic and shuffle papers. That's like a complete Robert De Niro level breathe just after every line. I mean, anybody with me on that? No.
Yeah. The cops were afraid of ridicule, which isn't a problem for us at all. And
rustle that paper louder, closer to the mic. There you go.
The horse.
Okay, this is my favorite part right here.
The horse suddenly
reared up and galloped headlong into the lagoon.
Headlong.
The farmer, not having time to let go of the reins, was quickly pulled into the waters, and both drowned by being yanked.
There's no time.
There's no. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let go? You know how long that's gonna take?
I
don't have the time for that.
I'm a farmer and I'm busy.
Okay? I can't let go of this. I gotta hold on to it.
I'm not a scientist.
Into the fucking lagoon.
My grandfather started this farm many years ago, and we have some sayings around here. One of them, hey, if the horse drags you in the pond, you don't have time to fucking say otherwise.
You don't have time to let go.
That's a catchy. I know that's a very catchy, slick saying, and it's suspicious that farmers would be that eloquent, but we are.
You simply didn't have.
We walk around saying things like that. We walk around saying things like that on this farm. Hey, if the horse drags you into the pond, then you don't say otherwise.
You don't let go. Who the fuck you think you're gonna let go?
It's just a saying. There's some other sayings that we have on this farm too. Do you remember any of them or no?
Let go of the reins one finger at a time.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely one. Yeah.
It's the best way. It's the Lord's way.
Sometimes you don't have enough time to get the complete disconnections. I mean, it happens.
Always have strange justifications for your suicides.
Yeah, right.
Let go.
You know that horses can swim and shit.
Can they?
And so can people.
Not in that thing.
Not in Never-Ending Story.
You can't swim if you're holding on to a plow.
Yeah, I know that, but if you're holding on to a fucking plow, you don't have enough time to let go.
Yeah,
Once
but also this
drowning, do you have time to let go?
No, are you kidding? There's too much to get done.
There's too much
we
plowing to do.
This.
He was actually just trying to plow right through the fucking.
Yeah, he was experimenting with hydroponics.
Yeah, right.
I've got to save some time, Martha. Today, I think I'll plow directly through the lagoon.
There's got to be a way, Martha.
Yeah.
That's his fake wife.
No one ever changed the world by playing it safe.
That's what everyone's wife was named in the 1800s or so. So these I really love. Did we get to the part where he says what his how silly a two-headed monster would be versus his explanation?
No, I don't think so.
Down by the weight of the plow. A local legend has also been circulating since the 1960s of a so-called
I didn't
two-headed
even
monster.
consider this. Sorry.
Wait, by the way, again, I want to remind you, laziest Christopher Walken impression of all time.
I just realized.
I swear to God, if you next time when I start playing this again,
No, I'll listen.
I want you to think of him as doing a shitty, because he's basically doing a Christopher Walken impression without the voice. He's just doing the rhythm.
I just realized how ridiculous it is for a horse to rear up and run straight into a body of water. I didn't even realize that until just now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we talked about.
He was haunted.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway, keep going. Let's bring it back like 5 seconds because he was saying the two-headed monster shits.
Look, it was a disturbed horse and a busy farmer, and that's a bad combination.
Of a so-called two-headed monster that supposedly crawls out of the lagoon and across the Midlothian Turnpike before disappearing into Rubio Woods. Perhaps this apparition was actually the ghost of the farmer and a horse in a state of partial manifestation. Surely nobody believes in a two-headed monster.
I just love the casual.
Silly.
I just love the casual assertion. Perhaps this is a farmer and a horse together in a state of partial manifestation, because of course a two-headed monster is silly.
Yeah, and that's unreasonable.
And he keeps reporting that everybody sees the ghost run off into the woods across the street. Doesn't that mean that they're over there? What are you doing over there?
Any human with basic problem
There's
solving
3
and
stories.
logic can assume that there's no such thing as a two-headed monster. What's more likely is that the farmer ghost and the horse ghost fuse together like cartoons do when they get in a big brawl, and then just like their heads and their arms stick out from a big mass.
Again, when you're
It's the only thing that makes sense.
when you're that busy, you don't have time to fully.
No, are you
manifest.
kidding me? There is too much to do.
There's too much
You
plotting.
have to get things done. You're not. I mean, look, I'll share my manifestation with this horse, and I'll drag my happy ass across the goddamn street. That's the way it fucking works. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not. You don't have a lot of options.
But
sometimes.
if you saw that ghost, you wouldn't say, "Oh, I saw a two-headed monster." You say, "I saw a ghost. It was a horse and a man head stuck together." You'd say something like that.
Right, you wouldn't call it a
You wouldn't say
two-headed
monster.
monster.
You'd be like, "I saw a ghost."
Come
but
on, Dale.
But one of them had a horse head.
Dale,
you've been around too long, Dale.
God damn it.
This is
Dale.
shoddy work.
This is real shitty work.
I said shoddy.
I said shitty.
You fucking took it up a notch. What else? What else we got from this thing?
Well,
You skipped my favorite part.
I like the fucking.
What is it?
Which is the man walking down the path for like 2.5
Oh, where he like
minutes.
hires his buddy to just like walk strung out down the path, and it's like all like phased out, like with like simple filters on it and shit like that.
Yeah.
I didn't skip that part.
Yeah, it's back at 28 minutes.
Oh, it is? Mm-hmm. And this
You
is,
wrote on the back of that piece of paper. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. So where? So what are you saying about this?
I just want to talk about how clearly well
The
prepared.
legend
Oh,
of
I'm
the
sorry,
caretaker has been
2850.
found to include
2850.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah, sorry.
exactly the
all
same thing.
variations to the story
Forgot
that
that we had
include
changed it.
how they
And this
were
is the
killed.
caretaker story as well.
Afterwards, the caretaker is said to have taken his own life inside the house.
All right, yeah. Let me back that up.
What's known as the murdering caretaker, or sometimes
Okay.
the one-armed snake.
Now you looked into this. Is there any evidence that this ever happened at all?
No.
No, and like I've said, I've been researching
Nothing.
this place since I was a kid. There's no evidence of this caretaker story. It's just a story that kids have told around that area. It's just a dumb, stupid little fairy tale. It has no basis in reality.
No.
However, there were some actual murders, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
What-
there were a couple of
those
actual
didn't,
murders.
Those didn't make it into this documentary.
No,
But
weirdly.
What do we have as far as actual documentaries?
We have Martin Myers, who was found on April 21st, 1989. 43 years old, shot in the head and abdomen. And actually, I'll put a photo up right now on the page of where they found his body, which was inside the cemetery.
What else? Was there anything else or no?
Yes, I believe we have one more.
There's some lady in the 60s or something.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to look at.
But the point is, there's
yeah, there have been a couple of documented ones that weren't mentioned in this. Oh, I don't have this link.
Yeah, there are.
But we did find another one from the 60s.
Whatever. There have been a few dead bodies that
Like
have shown
real
up around
ones.
there, and
Yeah.
a few other stories that are a little more believable. there's definitely been like animal sacrifice and stuff like that. They really didn't go into that. They're just really, it's just a lot of ways they just really were very lazy with this fucking thing.
Right.
So they rehashed this old stupid caretaker story. Check this out.
The legend of the caretaker has been found to include many variations. Today, the most common story speaks of a house located near the cemetery, which is supposed to have been the home of the caretaker for the cemetery. The house is said to have been located a short distance west of what is now the roped-off entrance to the main path leading to the cemetery.
A short
off
distance
143rd
west.
Street,
Is that what he said?
across from
Yeah.
Rubio
If
Woods
you walk
Forest
2
Preserve
miles, you're on
parking lot.
another road.
Yeah,
Not even.
it's-
You
The
can walk
path
half
is
a mile.
also known as a portion of the Midlothian Turnpike that was closed to
Well, this is
vehicle
what
traffic
they try
in
to
the
make. They try to make
1960s.
this sound so like creepy and way out there. You know,
It's really a little bit of land
I mean,
with roads surrounding it.
you can walk to it in 10 seconds from a parking lot. If you just don't want to go through the woods, you could just go across the street and walk right onto the cemetery.
Yeah.
taken his own life inside the house, in which his death was also carried out in
so
different
for,
ways. But
So again, there's no
ultimately,
evidence
the
of that
house was
ever.
burned
That didn't
down
happen.
with
Yeah,
all
and I
living
just want our
inside it.
listeners to know that while this is happening, they are looping
Based upon
footage
where the
of somebody
legend
limping
usually
down a
places the
path.
site of the gruesome event,
They've been showing the same
the
shot
house
for
was
like 2.5
actually
fucking
owned by
minutes.
Yeah.
Lendeville.
And they
Yeah,
just keep showing
that's
the same shot of a guy just limping.
Within a 1980
Just
like,
like
flashing
walking away.
strobing lights.
Yeah.
Just this
It's-
stupid old like it's like a shot from The Ring, you know, it's that
Yeah.
dumb like cliche horror shot just over and
Here we go
over and
again.
over
There
again.
Yeah.
There he goes.
There
There's
he
the
goes.
old
See you
caretaker.
later.
with her mother.
Blah blah
Yep.
blah.
Oh,
Backed up a
all right,
bit.
hold on. See you later.
Still going.
This is boring.
It's and the story isn't interesting or unique either. There's nothing. I mean, this is just might as well just be dead space. So this goes on for way too fucking long, and then when it finally ends, they switch over to a shot that's so dark you can't see anything, and then that goes on for way too long.
It's just not very good, is it?
Just way too long. Just like really, you couldn't fill it in with like some different
Anything.
cell phone footage or
It's
Maybe a
Just-
black screen.
I gotta piss.
It's just really not very good.
Sorry.
no.
I mean, what? Yeah,
I really do have to piss really bad.
good for you. Who gives a shit? It's just really not very
So
good.
I defy you to identify a single thing that's happening in this shot they're showing
this,
right now.
This is really boring me now.
It's
I hate
nothing.
this,
It's too dark.
Yeah, why would they put this
Some
in here?
shit. Because they're idiots.
What was the next thing?
Well, here's our buddy Edward Shanahan again, who I don't know that we need to listen to it, but he starts a story and ends up about 10 subjects away from where he started. There was really no content to what he said.
You know what? Let's skip him because we know what a rambling lunatic
Yeah,
he is.
lunatic.
Let's go to these guys.
These guys. Real life sighting.
These guys have some like special little thermal camera.
It's infrared.
Yeah, infrared camera out there. If you have to go pee, go pee. Nobody's stopping you.
Well, I'm doing the show.
Well, you already broke the broke the wall there. You said you had to pee. Now people know.
Well, yeah, now they
And
know
now
how
I
much
have to pee.
sacrifice. Now he has to pee.
More.
All right, so this is Andrew.
It's an epidemic.
What do you see? What do you guys see here?
Nothing.
Right.
Trees.
Okay.
Trees with
Here's
a
some
red
guys-
filter on the.
Here's some
Yeah.
guys filming
Yeah.
some trees with a red filter and claiming there's a ghost.
There's no ghost.
There's nothing fucking happening. This is the worst documentary ever
No,
in
and
the
we
world.
have-
There's nothing happening here.
That's why I didn't want to
There's-
pee, because I wanted to see at least the underwater thing, the EVP.
Oh my god.
We were
Still have to get to
examining
that.
this earlier. We had Tracy in here earlier examining it. We could not. Can you guys? We have how many people in the studio right now? 5 people in the studio right now. Can anybody see this fucking
No,
ghost
there's
they claim
nothing
is on the
there.
frame?
Is
They
there-
say it's standing in front.
These guys, wait, listen to them.
Happy New Year.
They're talking to it.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as we do.
They were bringing it
And we're gonna take
Christmas
some more
wreaths.
pictures. We were honored to come down here and put these wreaths
Where are they saying
and these votive
it
candles
is?
down here.
Yeah, like we always talk about. You're fucking
In front of
trapped
that
in an
tall
interdimensional
There's
prison,
not.
and you want
There's
somebody
not.
to bring
They're
you a
not.
wreath.
There's nothing that they're looking at. There's nothing
nothing
there.
there.
It's nothing.
There are a couple of fucking morons,
at
and it
trees.
just sucks. And all right, so listen. So just listen to the way these guys are talking to this ghost that they are pretending to see.
We really hope you do. That's why we did it. Not just for ourselves. Well,
Carl, can you see her? see that tall weed straight in front of me?
Notice how Carl doesn't answer. Carl, can you see her?
Yeah.
And then he tries to explain it to him.
She's right in front of it.
Thank you for staying in front of us, staying for us.
Thank you. Let me keep this video this time.
Thank you for staying in front of us.
There's nothing there.
Thank you, you little ghost buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ghost lady. Thank you.
I brought you these treats. Brought you. I know you like these ghost treats.
Hope these guys hear this.
Can you feel it? I'm feeling happiness.
I'm feeling what?
That's what I.
What is it?
Yeah,
You're
what?
gonna tell me who you are?
They're just rambling to this non-existent. I mean, what is this supposed to be? Is this a joke? Did these guys do this as a joke? This has to be a joke.
This?
It's like a fire was down there.
This absolutely has to be a joke. I mean, these guys are just sitting here staring at empty trees.
There's no reason for the area to be moving like that.
Moving like what? Nothing is
There's
moving.
nothing happening. There's nothing happening.
Ain't no reason
There's
for
nothing
the air to be
happening.
moving like that. Look at that wheat.
Fucking morons. And that's not wheat.
Whoa, calm down,
God
ghost. Whoa.
damn it.
It's not wheat.
No, it's not wheat.
It's a plant.
In the middle of a cemetery in the fucking woods. You think somebody's...
You see
there's just
that
wheat
tall
growing?
piece of wheat right there?
Yeah.
She's right in front of it.
Because normally when I walk toward her,
Oh, he's seen her before. Normally when we meet up out here.
Yeah.
Now you know the truth of what's in our heart. That's it.
No, this guy's insane.
They
Now
have
you know-
nothing going on in their lives. They have nothing. They have nothing. Why else would people behave this way? I want it just as bad as the next guy. Believe me. I want to see the video. I want to see it in person. I want to have the experience you can't explain. I love it just as much as the next guy, but god damn it, I would never lower myself to this. I mean,
what?
this is,
Having a video that doesn't have a ghost on it and then saying, look at my ghost video?
it's just pathetic. It's just out of this world pathetic. And the guy trying to show the picture of I mean, it's just pathetic.
Okay.
They didn't even
Desperate.
attempt Photoshop.
David Box, you think it's desperate?
Yeah, I mean, if you do it for such a long time and you never ever see anything, you
And you
probably
just
start
get
imagining
crazy.
shit.
You just need to have
Yeah.
something. You need it to be...
It's like when you watch that ghost documentary and you never see a ghost at the end. That's like their whole life dragged out over years and years. Just never having ghost blue balls.
Is our
forever.
commentary on this longer than their documentary actually is at this
isn't that
point?
good?
Almost, yeah.
Is it really?
We're getting close.
We're way over time here.
Where's the submarine thing?
That's all I wanna see, the
That's
submarine
the
thing.
greatest.
The submarine thing. Let's see. Neptune is at 4130.
4130. Okay, so this is them sending an EVP submarine down to the bottom of the lagoon to try to contact the farmer who didn't let go of the horse.
I can't tell you. You guys... Wait, hold on.
And now-
I can't believe he took time out
Stop,
of his
wait.
busy plowing schedule
You
to
guys-
even do an interview.
You guys at home, you have to go watch this on your own. There are so many other laughs that we probably missed. I mean, this entire thing
it's
is just
outstanding.
gold. I mean, it's just really just unintentional comedy gold.
Did
It's
you
so
find
funny.
it?
Yeah.
And like I said, it sounds like the ghost is Jabba the Hutt. It sounds like that's who's responding to it.
Andrew, what's the name of the guy that makes this thing?
He's the EVP, dude. He's in the credits at the end.
And this way, those frequencies are in the background. So if you cut out a little bit of the EVP, they're still
Kennedy.
there to
This
fill
is
in
Chuck
the gaps.
Kennedy?
Dr. Chuck Kennedy.
Ghosts don't always perform on demand. So I spent weeks investigating, waiting for the right time to get the
gonna
evidence
call him
behind the story.
Charles.
Okay.
Right, I'm at the...
So this guy basically made a little ghost submarine hunter that he sinks down to the pond in the middle into the bottom of the pond, and he's going to use it to speak to ghosts, and he's going to record audio at the bottom of this pond.
Yep.
At the side of a highway.
Science.
On the side. By the way, this water butts up against basically it amounts to a highway.
Right.
it's not as though there would be any vibrations affecting this.
No. That's not how that works.
It's like a 100 by 100
different.
foot pond. It's like a tiny little thing.
No, this
what
is
were you,
different.
What were you saying, Dave?
So he's doing this to talk to the farmer who couldn't let go of his
He
horse's
wants to
reins.
find the farmer that drowned down there.
That's where his ghost would still be hanging out, just holding on to them reins.
Yeah. Well, he's a busy guy.
Plowing.
He hasn't said enough Hail Marys yet.
And by Bachelors Grove, I just launched Neptune. The first Rugs class underwater ghost hunt system. Neptune's out about 50 feet out in the water, and it's time to take her down and watch her dive.
Watch her dive.
Oh no, this guy. This is awful. This is just awful. I'm starting to feel bad now.
What, for making fun of this?
Yeah, I mean, because this is just getting sad. Like,
this is a lot of work.
And
such
I mean,
ridiculous.
that's why I'm just getting sad. Like, this guy made us a submarine to talk to this ghost farmer. Like, come on,
get it together,
this is
guy.
just getting, but it is just getting. It's like, this is unhealthy. This is not good.
Yeah.
This guy spent a lot of time on this. What were you gonna say? You're a fan of his recordings though, so you
Dude,
like this
keep
guy.
going.
Yeah.
No, this is hilarious how the ghost sounds like.
All right.
Listen to
Okay, she's going down. She's fully submerged. She's sitting on the bottom. Hello, my name is Chuck. I wish you no harm. I just talk to dead people.
This guy claims to be an audio expert.
This pond is known to be haunted.
Well, he's clearly a master at recording.
Yeah, right.
And I'm looking for a spirit of a farmer who was pulled into the pond when he was plowing. He was pulled in by his horse and the plow.
Really narrowing your search.
Are you here with me today?
Fuck.
Can you tell me anything about that? Can you tell me anything about your horse pulling you in?
What?
I have no idea.
Seahorse.
Keep playing it. It's seahorse. Is that what you heard?
Can you tell me about that event at all? What can you tell me about when he pulled into the water?
This is fake. He didn't actually hear that shit.
It sounds like it's edited.
About that at all? What happened when the horse pulled you in?
I mean, you can hear when it switches after he talks. You can hear the switch and how it's like EQ'd and stuff. Like it's
And you
been
can
like
hear him inhaling to say something.
It's been like heavily edited. You know, I mean, do you hear what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
like the noise changes.
What happened when the horse pulled you in?
Do you hear that?
Yeah, the
Well, it
room
has
noise
to
changes.
switch
Right,
because
yeah.
he's being recorded on land. I mean, they have two different mics, you know.
yeah, I
But why
guess.
don't they mix it? I mean, you never.
I don't know.
You
Why
never
would-
hard switch audio like that. That's
He's a submarine scientist, not an audio specialist, David
No, he's an
Fox.
EVP specialist.
God damn it.
Anyways,
But still, what I mean,
Just playing it.
Of Bachelors Grove.
wait, sorry. Was that the end of his shit?
Seahorse.
Seahorse.
Can you tell me anything about that at all?
He sounds like the EVP.
What happened when the horse pulled you in?
I mean, that honestly could just be anything. It's
He was
just really-
clearly
I
saying
mean-
smoot.
Smoot. All right, let's wrap this up. I want to just get to the point that they really stoop so low in this documentary
They fucked it up.
as to they really stoop so low as to incorporate well-known urban legends in what they claim to be the paranormal history of Bachelors Grove. Can you guys I just want to go around. We've all seen this, haven't we? Is there anybody here that hasn't seen it? David Box hasn't seen this, right?
no, I haven't seen this shit.
David Box, what is the most cliche, dumbest, like urban legend, like ghost story? Say, I'll give you a little bit. Let's say it involves like teenagers.
Man and a woman.
I don't really know. The only thing that's coming to mind is when you wake up in a bathtub full of ice and your kidney's missing.
Dummy, no.
No.
That really happens.
It's the hook hand. She got it. Yeah.
Hook hand?
She get it?
Yeah, she got it. You haven't seen this before, have you? No, see, she knew. Yeah. All right, so it's the hook hand. They hear the radio. All right, just listen to this.
Remembered the cemetery as being quite cold for an otherwise warm August
With
night.
the dripping on the roof
And
of
that
the
the
car.
interior of the cemetery seemed to be
With the
illuminated
scratching,
by
they
an
say.
unknown light
All right,
source.
here it is right here.
There are other urban legends associated with this cemetery.
They're not associated with the cemetery, you hack.
There are other
including
urban legends.
one known as the Hooked Spirit. It is said that a man who lived in the area lost his arm in an accident and now sports a hook for his hand.
He wouldn't let go of his horse when it
He
took
is said
off.
to chase
Ripped his arm
trespassers
off.
away with a gun and sometimes even attempts to enter your car and to pull you out. Another favorite tale spun at Bachelors Grove is the story of another couple parked out there kissing and listening to soft music one evening. Suddenly a news bulletin tells of an
Listening
escaped
to that
convict
rap music.
that has been seen in the area. The girl becomes frightened and begs her boyfriend to take her home. He tries to start the car but discovers he's out of gas or has some other car problems. Telling his girlfriend to wait while he takes the gas can to fill up or to go out and find help, depending on what story you
He tells
believe.
us he
Pick
is
a
just
fucking lane.
he's telling it as serious as he can in the dumbest way.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's fully just well, depending on what you believe. Like, why? You're a 50-year-old goddamn man. You're a grown up. You're a grown up. What is going on here? This guy is. Is he? Are we making fun of retarded people? Is that what's happening?
Is that
possible?
That's what we usually do.
I guess that wouldn't be new.
But warns her not to leave the car. The girl is now totally scared
He's
as
just
being
telling
left
the-
alone and begins to hear a weird scratching sound on the roof of the car. Finally, after quite a long wait, a patrol car arrives at the scene. They tell the girl to get out of the car and approach the car, but not to look back.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
Of course, her curiosity gets the best of her.
Oh, stupid
and she
girl.
does look back and sees her boyfriend hanging from the tree above the car.
No.
His throat has been slit, and his fingernails scraping from the roof of the car is what the girl had been hearing all evening. Another version of that same story is a young couple is parked out there. They hear that same news bulletin, but this time they do pull away. They get home safely. The boyfriend goes around to open the car door to let the girl out in front of her house, and he happens to notice dangling from one of the door handles is a hook.
This is silly.
You dummy. What a dummy. I don't know. That's about all I got on this fucking thing. I mean, we've talked about it for way too long, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
Did
a
we?
cigarette. I need to pee.
Well, I mean, but there's
I
I
could talk about it for like 8
I know.
more hours.
Yeah.
It's just
Can't
that
wait to see the whole thing.
you have to watch the whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
We could talk about it again. We could do
Yeah.
another fucking segment on it sometime because there's so many things that are so hilarious. I mean, it's like this is the classic of like if you tried to make like a cheap public access production as a joke. This is what it would be like.
Yeah.
This would be the exact thing with like inside jokes to your friend about how dumb the folklore you put in there was, you know, just like, do you believe I fucking said that the hook guy came from bed? Is that hilarious? Like,
yeah, you think people are gonna believe it?
17,000. How many views? Can you check that?
Yeah, I'll
17,000 views. That was made in 1 year ago. 1 year ago. Earthling, you didn't. A lot of people, they told me not to make fun of this video. And we've gotten a message from one of our she says one of our former guests and friends who I'm not going to identify because she's talking a lot of shit about people. She said she'd love to watch Edward Shenanigans get his ass beat. And she has another bad...
You mean him or her?
12,000 views.
12,000 views. She has another bad documentary for us, so we'll do this again sometime.
Lovely.
But yeah, there it was. That was the Bachelors Grove docu-fucking-mentary.
Those guys were stale as fuck.
Didn't I tell you that you would like making fun of it once you got into it?
When I watched it, it wasn't that funny at all.
It's just frustrating. It's really
I said, I didn't know it came on last year until I was 3/4 of the way through it. And I scrolled down like, wait a minute, how many views does this have? How old is this? This was published 3 months ago?
God damn it.
There's absolutely no fucking way. It can't be true. All right, we got to come back and do it. I guess we're going to go a little bit overtime tonight. We're going to do get through as much as we can. And we'll be back in a couple minutes on the Sunday thieving silver. So we'll think for the Thursday. Wait, they don't have sugar?
They have sugar.
What has sugar?
Bubblegum.
And so you're saying everything has aspartame.
But now bubblegum, aspartame is a fucking sugar additive.
Monsanto just wants to get in there.
Substitute, alternative. And now they're fucking coming out with bubblegum with sugar and aspartame. But for what? And corn syrup. Like, aren't those all the 3 competing sweeteners? Why you put them all in there?
How can they all coexist?
They coexist.
I mean, that's like a school with blacks and whites.
So you can take like you're
freaking me the fuck out.
And now they're making the packs real square and oblong, so you can pick it up when they cut your fingers off to still buy it. You can kind of like pick it up with your 2 hands with your nubs. By design. Think about it. At Walgreens, they ask you if you want to fucking donate $1 to diabetes awareness, and then offer you 3 fucking Reese's candy bars for fucking $1.
How are they Reese's candy bars?
Reese's.
Oh.
No, they say, would you be interested? Would you like to? No, that's what they say at Walgreens. Would you like to donate $1 to a diabetes awareness? And you're like, no, that's all right. And they're like, oh, we have the candy bars here at 3 for $1. It's like, wait, what?
3 for $1.
And you
that's
have
a good ass deal, really?
Yeah, not only that, but you guys. Wait a minute. Plus, you guys sell insulin. Wait a minute. Wait a second here.
She just spit aspartame on me when
Did
you
she?
said
Oh my
that.
god, dude, wipe it off. Where?
She was just laughing. She spit it right on my knuckles.
Oh my god, dude, you're fucked.
Not the.
It's an alien-esque response to the aspartame.
Not the grossest liquid a girl's ever spit on my knuckles.
Come
get it, blow
dude.
job.
No.
Yeah.
Have you ever? No. I want to know. Have you ever tasted your own cum?
Fuck yeah.
No.
I licked it off a fucking chick's fucking pussy.
Ew. Really?
Yeah.
Noise.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
I never did that.
She asked, and I was like, sure.
Wait a second.
But the next...
You busted a nut around her vagina.
Well, not around it, under like stomach, you know. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, clean it off. And I was like, all right,
and you
fuck
moved
it.
You moved the semen with your tongue to her vagina, because the point of busting on a girl's stomach is.
Well, it was near the bottom. It was near it. You know what I mean? It wasn't on it, but it was cooler to say.
Sometimes you come on the vagina.
Well, sometimes, but this particular time I didn't. But I was just saying that because it's cooler than
sometimes
saying
you spit
stomach.
on it. It's cool.
Like if I'm gonna come off something, it's gonna better be a pussy.
Better not be a stomach.
Better not be a stomach.
Disgusting.
No,
better not be a fucking belly button.
No, I did. So why do you ask? And you didn't. You never tasted it, huh?
No.
That's fine.
No, I never. I remember the conversations in like 7th grade where somebody'd be like, yeah, I did. I'd be like, I don't know why. I just don't wanna. Never did. But our paranormal investigator friend who was sending us messages while we were making fun of the thing.
You guys were doing this off air, right?
No.
What?
This is we're going. She was.
Yeah, we're on air now. Have you ever tasted cum?
No. She was
right.
Yeah. Our paranormal investigator friend who was sending us messages last hour says that we should set up a paranormal roasting panel for their like convention event this fall.
Where everybody plays along and it's all in good fun. We can make fun of everybody.
Yeah, we're just mean.
Oh, yeah,
I doubt it.
And we tell everyone we're kidding.
We can give them a rebuttal. We can let them stand up there and give the rebuttal.
I mean,
this might actually be a situation where you could fight all of the people you've been
Introduce
getting to
yourself,
fight.
please.
Our friend Shannon sitting in with us. Sorry.
She sat in for me last week, stole my yacht.
No, that's not how that happened. Oh, that's a topical joke. Thank you, Earthling.
That's from South Park.
So
it totally lost on everyone here.
She's suggesting that we set up live at the convention this October, I think, and I think we should say that we are gonna go do that down in Mattoon, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go do this. I think it's in like a mall. We're gonna go set up our shit, and we're gonna do a live show, and we're gonna meet some people and hang out and do the whole paranormal convention thing. We're doing a couple of those this summer and fall, so stick with us.
It's pretty much the last time any of them will ever fucking speak to us again. After
I don't know,
trip.
dude. It's gonna be a weird. Yeah, it's gonna be because I don't know if they understand that like when we go to if we're gonna like artistically and creatively go to a convention, we're gonna do drugs.
No, and the thing is, I don't want to
we're gonna go crazy, and we're gonna do all kinds of weird stuff to
I'm
the
afraid
people
to get
there.
fucked up. They're gonna be
absolutely wild.
Since you're like the kind of like the fucking the chairman of this operation, they're gonna be running up to you like your co-host. Is it like a camp or what is it?
Your co-host just peed on my child.
Just kicked my daughter. Kicked my daughter for saying she doesn't like him or something like that. Yeah, or just kicked my fucking window out or something.
All right, we got a lot of shit to get through.
I know we do.
Yeah,
but
let's get through this.
Let's go.
I just really quickly, I was listening to the show on the way here, of course, to stay informed. And you mentioned
That's how you stay informed.
The secret prison in on Homan and
the black site.
Yeah.
They disappear you there.
Right. I love that you referenced Alex Jones and his Info Warriors in that segment
Why
as well.
is that?
Because you know what? Look, I just wanted to say that there's another prison in Chicago that I had no idea was an actual prison in the Loop. It's this tall. You're
talking about the federal building.
Yeah.
That's where the guys escaped from. Out of 30-story
window. There was an awesome
Yeah.
escape from
That's
there,
a
like 5 years
federal
ago.
prison.
Yeah.
That's not a county prison. You have to break a federal law to go there.
Is that why it's in the Loop?
That's why it's in the Loop.
Yeah.
It's the federal building.
God, that is.
There's a federal building in every major city. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I was just talking about InfoWars because their reporters are so terrible.
No,
You know,
and
that's the deal.
But the one broad's got
Nailed
some
it.
fat fucking titties though.
Leanne McAdoo.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Still following you guys now. Definitely.
You talk about like a chick you'd send your ear to in the mail. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm an artist.
Wait, who did that to who? Who did that to who?
Van Gogh did that
Let's
to his
get
cousin or
let's
some
get
shit.
Is that what it was? It was
Yeah.
his cousin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Gross.
Let's go.
No.
Andrea, what are we
What
doing?
are we doing?
All right. A bill has been proposed to legalize shooting down drones.
For it.
And that's
I was pretty sure it was already
In
illegal, like I said before the show when you told me
Deer
that.
Trail, Colorado. It is not legal because up until now it has been illegal to fly drones over domestic airspace. But the FAA has recently loosened those regulations. So this small town has proposed legislation that allows them to defend themselves against that. So at a federal level, it's still illegal, even though it's legal for them to fly the drones over domestic airspace. But according to Deer Trail...
Can I fly a drone over the legislator's house?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I doubt it.
But I was under the
Is this
assumption
this
that
video,
when you own land, you own the plot of land plus everything above it. Isn't that right?
I don't. I will look that up. I don't know that.
I thought that was the thing.
Yeah,
That's really weird.
I think there's been a few cases already in Wyoming or something where somebody shot down a drone over their ranch or something.
You own all that airspace,
and I think it's been decided already. I thought that I don't know. But what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just think the Bible says differently. that's all I was gonna say.
What's the Bible say?
About drones?
Yeah.
You don't. It's in Leviticus 13:2. I don't feel like I need to.
Wait a minute. Are you a Bible thumper?
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to quote it specifically, but it says some pretty detailed things about drones.
Does it really?
Airspace.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what?
Get out of here! Shut up, fucking asshole.
The Bible.
We're trying to. Yeah, I thought it was, but no,
She's
there
making
are.
this up. She's fucking shifty.
No way.
Broad. Look at her.
Nope.
There are people that actually will say, "Hey, look, this is referring to this modern event." I thought you were doing one of those things or something. But
Well, I I mean, I don't know what you're like talking about specifically there, but I am likening my everyday life to the Bible as I do every day, every single day.
What the hell's going on?
What the fuck are you talking about?
We need to discuss the drones like that. Like what? What?
Are you a Bible thumper?
Love the Bible.
What does it say about drones?
It says to shoot them down.
Yeah.
It says to shoot them the fuck out of the air.
I don't know what's happening, but why
Pull
don't
up
I have
Leviticus 13:5.
What was it? 13:2? 13:5?
What was
What
that?
did you say?
It's living.
Go ahead.
It's
gonna be different than the first time.
13.
13 what?
28.
She made it up. The first time it was something different.
Why do I have a video here that says Johnny Drone Hunter, Defender of Privacy?
That's wonderful. All right,
Official
we're
trailer.
gonna check it out.
Could you EMP him?
Do you know what this is?
Even if it's illegal to shoot him, can't you EMP him? Just electromagnetic pulse him out the sky? I mean...
Probably.
This is a music video.
Is it?
I think so. Hold on.
There's a guy with tattoos and sunglasses driving on a nice open highway out west somewhere.
Through the desert.
And there's a drone tracking him.
Look out, guy.
And I think he's about to shoot this fucker out of the sky.
Yeah, and he's in a car that's totally capable of going off road like that.
But this was the video that went with that article.
This is a PSA.
Oh.
Oh, and he shoots the fucker down and then shoots it like 10 times on the ground. All right.
God,
he has a shotgun silencer.
Whoa.
You know how cool that is?
Not as cool as that.
That's really cool.
Oh my god, they're attacking him.
No.
Wow, they actually shot down drones for this fucking video too. They spent money on this thing.
You get those for like $100 now.
Well, yeah.
Put some money on the drones to shoot him down.
You know what I want to do? I want to get a drone and put like a really lightweight flying saucer around it and just fly it around everywhere and cause like mass hysteria.
This is Johnny Drone Hunter, Defender of Privacy. That was apparently the video that we had for drones tonight.
This guy looks ultra boss.
That's just a fucking dude.
Yeah,
just
100%
shooting down
He
drones
has a
with
shotgun silencer. You know how deadly that is to have a shotgun that doesn't make noise?
Well,
you'd be dead if I had one of those. Listen to that right now.
All you would hear is whoop.
Yeah.
Your fucking skull's blown open.
Okay, the Earthling went to the bathroom. We'll be back on the Sunday Evening Overdose. Incidentally, if anyone's got access to lye and a bulldozer, that would be that'd be really great. Thanks.
Are you saying I'm fat? You need a bulldozer to dig up my plot?
What the fuck?
Or what are you saying?
Yes.
All right.
Or what is the bulldozer? The big round thing.
Did we talk about? Did we get this done or what? Do you want to?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Whatever. That's just some shit.
So this town is already working to counteract the small steps that the FAA is taking and giving privileges to drones. So that's all.
All right. What else?
Cool. A rare baboon species has been found.
No,
which
but is there assholes outside of their body too?
Smarter and more evolved than humans.
No, I mean, they're rare. They've been found. Did they have a funny asshole too, just like all the other ones?
I only have a picture of the face. I don't have a picture of the asshole.
Well, I'm only interested in the asshole.
All right.
A team of European scientists has demonstrated that a rare and little-known species of baboon is more intelligent and more advanced from an evolutionary standpoint than human beings. The baboon species Homo sapiens plus, native to the northeast Africa and the southwestern tip of the Arabian Peninsula, performed better than people on a series of tests measuring cognitive ability, emotional maturity, moral imagination, political sophistication, and environmental appreciation.
Yeah, but who won using tablets, cell phones?
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, Andrew, what's going on with this?
Why is there no pictures of
Why
this
are they
whole-
so rare then?
Where did they find them? What country?
It says at the tip of the Arabian Peninsula.
Where is that? But where is that? What country is that? That's got to be like fucking like Dubai or Kuwait or some
northeast,
These aren't countries, neither of those are
northeast
countries.
Africa and the southwestern tip of the Arabian Peninsula.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so let's see. One test measured self-discipline and socialization, which was 14 of these baboons versus 14 Americans. They were each given a smartphone and a bag of M&Ms.
Wait,
Wait, what? Is this really the setup?
Yeah, okay.
This isn't like a joke?
The participants were told they could eat the M&Ms if, in the next 30 seconds, they neither sent nor answered any text messages. After receiving these instructions, the baboons sat quietly while the Americans tore open the M&Ms with their teeth and texted friends to come and get free candy.
Fake. It's a fake story.
This is definitely a fake story because...
Come on.
I don't know how this...
All right, well, I didn't even want to fucking talk about it. I mean, that was really low priority. Why are we even doing that one yet?
We're getting the...
No,
okay, all right.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the third dimension is going away.
The name of the article.
I don't know where you got this. I don't know where you got this order from. This is not the right order.
I read the order to you. Like, okay, what order do you have them in?
The guy. Well, first of all, there was shooting down drones. Then a guy that stabbed his mom and cut off his dick.
No, you're making this up because we discussed the order and that story never even popped up because that is clearly a priority in this case.
No.
I don't have the guy who.
No,
cut off.
You got to remember, he cut off his dick first and then stabbed his mom 11 times.
You just made that up. You just made that up and posted it on HuffPo. I know you did.
So you don't have that article?
I don't know. I don't have that. I'll find it real quick. But it
was around when we made the outline.
Yeah.
So
do you have it?
Obviously,
in
the one that you have now is the wrong one. So just to get that out there,
I know why.
The one what?
The one that whatever you're going off now is wrong because you don't have all the articles.
It's the website version. It's more accurate than yours because it's the website.
Okay, but you don't have one of the articles, right?
Right.
Oh,
but it's more accurate still.
He cut his dick off.
It's been refreshed more recently than yours. That's all.
Stabbed his mom with his dick is what we're talking about here. So why?
No. So
that's
hold
not
on.
how that happened.
It's more accurate.
It's been updated more recently.
Okay, so means
I don't know why it's not in there, but it's a different version.
You have
to
click sync.
But so if it's been updated more recently and it's more,
refresh.
therefore more accurate, somebody must have decided without telling me to take one of the stories out.
Okay, well, this is really important, and also you're making the order in which we discuss these stories sound subjective. So let's.
Well, no, now we're on to a new thing. We're talking about Andrea getting attitude about.
I'm not getting attitude. I'm not the one who made the Evernote. I'm just going off what's in front of me.
You want to be a part of this thing or not, Andrea?
Yeah, I mean, you're really. I was telling you we're going out of order. That rare baboon thing was not even supposed to be fucking talked about yet.
And I went over that order
with you.
If it was
a rare
10
baboon
times.
with a regular asshole, that would have been a groundbreaking story.
Yeah, and I never wanted to talk about the rare baboon, and now you're saying you don't even have the story about the guy that cut off his dick. You actually thought a story
somebody thought a story about primates smarter than humans was a real thing.
Right, and then
but they're clearly they live outside.
But hold on, and then she incredulously goes into like, I have the more accurate version of this, even though I clearly don't have the story
version.
Well, okay, but then how come you didn't have
more recently? I don't fucking know why it's not in there, but it's been updated more recently. I literally hit the refresh button before I started talking about it.
I understand. Woman. Right, exactly. So the way that you think reality is supposed to be, you'll assert that regardless of the logic that's put in front of you. Like, well, it must be. It's better because it's been updated.
I'm not saying it's more accurate. I'm saying that it has been updated more recently.
You did say that.
Okay, so obviously something was removed since the last time you updated it. I didn't have any fucking thing to do with it.
How did it come back then?
I Googled.
Is that why your eye is twitching right now?
Yeah.
As you tell your lies.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
Whatever. I don't know how. I don't know how it fucking works. All I'm saying is that whatever you're looking at is wrong.
You don't know how it fucking works because you never do any work on the computer for it.
Boom. What are you talking about?
Articles just appear for you.
Oh, nice! He had to reach across the.
Boom shakalaka.
So I don't do enough work on what now?
On the Evernote.
And so
you don't do any work on the Evernote ever.
So I should be
doing
Evernote. So I should
be Vinny's case.
I should be doing more of like the grunt work that I assign to people like you. Because wait, hold on, let me see.
He tries to do that to me, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. Because you're uncooperative, though.
Yeah, and you're like always a second away from just being not involved with this whole thing anymore because you're so detached. Like you don't even count in this.
Oh my god! His regression is spreading out to you.
No, it always happens. That's why I took his side against her right away.
Oh, nice.
Because I knew I had to pick sides right away. So if I was on his side, we can be making a woman thing, like a sexist thing.
But then it just turned right back around on you.
Yeah.
No, but I can bring it back to the woman thing. If I need to.
if you need to jump, you need to get out really quick. Then we can make this about women.
It's like double dutch.
Whatever. Why should I? My question is this: why should I do the grunt work that I give to people like you, who aren't capable of like visualizing,
who are you addressing
creatively,
you?
and conceiving of a whole show themselves? Like I do the work that. You can't do. You do the work. Hold on. You do the work that I don't want to do.
What work do
I didn't suggest that you should do that.
Yes, you did.
No,
and I don't do any work.
I didn't suggest that you should do more work on the Evernote. I said that you don't understand Evernote as well as me because you never work on it.
I can actually.
You just have links appear in front of you.
I can explain this whole thing.
So
what is it?
One of our editors, Tracy, was here before the show started, and she said, "I'm putting in this new article. I'm updating and I'm switching it out." And
so she announced she was removing.
And you said that's cool.
Okay, so there's no new article though.
But there should be a new one.
But okay, well, would you like to look at what I have in front of me? Because
I don't know how to use
article.
that stupid computer machine.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so
whatever. All I know is that we came up with a fucking order before the show.
Listen,
the rare baboon thing was fucking like way at the end.
It was number 3.
And
it was the third story.
It wasn't supposed to be. But the guy that stabbed his mom and cut off his dick is after the baboons.
Wow.
Is after the baboon thing. Hold on a second. In Andrea's version of the show, the guy that stabs his mom and cuts off his dick.
Cuts his dick off and stabs his mom.
Is less important.
Wait,
you
what order does
picked
this
the
happen?
goddamn order.
I didn't pick anything.
Yes, you did.
Vinny, read
yes, you did.
I just want to hear what the original order was. I just want to hear it because
So-
obviously
Here you go. You skipped here's the original
Because it
order.
wasn't in the
it
goddamn
proves my
Evernote.
point. Well, so what? That's not my fucking fault. We're talking about what we
not my
decided
fault
before.
either.
Yes, I don't care. You're the one being indignant about. Well, I've got the correct. It gets updated. It gets updated more recently.
You're not listening.
You're not listening.
You're not listening.
You're not listening.
Indignant.
Yes. Listen,
We can
shut
still make
up.
this about women.
Everybody shut up. We came up with the fucking order. We're going to do the fucking articles in before the show. It's written down right here. I'm correct. The kid that murders his mom is before the super baboons.
Yeah, and the super baboon
Shut up.
is number 3. It's not at the end. It's number 3.
All right,
it's
fine.
number 3. It's in the top 3 for the hour.
Doesn't change the fact.
That you're
Doesn't-
not.
No,
right.
it doesn't change.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the fact that you were needlessly like uppity and arrogant about your little computer program over there. Because you're sitting there. Hold on, shut up. Listen, yeah, you are. No, what I don't like. Here's what I don't like.
You can't hold me accountable
No,
for
shut
a
up.
computer error.
What I don't
That's
like.
not fair.
What I don't like is you start talking about baboons when it's not even fucking time yet, and I say we shouldn't even be talking about the baboons yet. And you're like, well, I've got the better version of this over here when it was
didn't
wrong.
say it was the better version.
Yes, you did. You go
She said
back
it
to
was
the
an
beginning.
updated version.
You go back to the beginning of this whole conversation. This whole thing started because you're like, oh, well, I guess I wouldn't know because I don't, you've got the outdated version of Evernote. Mine updates more. So I guess like you were implying the whole thing started because you were implying you were right because your fucking version of Evernote updated more recently than mine. That's the whole point of this whole
Plus
argument.
that baboon story
That's the
was
whole
fake.
point of this argument. Go back to the beginning of
Remember?
it. Listen to it on the recording. Go back to the beginning of it.
Let's do that.
this has
Let's
been
do
the
it right
most
now.
superfluous fucking advertisement for Evernote
Stop
ever.
making up words.
Seriously, how did
you know
how
that?
did this argument start?
Because I know.
Because I said that I didn't have the story because my thing obviously updated more recently than yours. And you took that to mean that I said mine was better because I just...
Listen. Her RSS
Shut up.
push notifications
Stop,
is far superior to your push
from the beginning.
notifications.
From the beginning, I said we were supposed to be doing the kid killing his mom before the baboons, and I was right.
Right. Well, I
And
didn't
that's
have
it.
the fucking
That's
story.
it.
Baboons were fake.
Then why
Exactly.
didn't you run the last hour if you were so particular about how the order of the
Because-
stories went?
And when you
I'm
guys
Okay.
who put this
and
story?
I am not.
No, first off, the baboon story. You guys know that I don't like baboons. You know that he doesn't like baboons. Who put that fucking story in there?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Was
Stop.
it you?
If you go back to the beginning, the argument is about your attitude about like, well, how could I be wrong? I've got the more recently updated version.
That's
of shit.
not what I
and
said.
it was wrong,
That's not what
and
I
that's
fucking
it.
said.
Yes, it is.
No,
and
it's
you know
not.
what? The listen, I'm gonna
Which
leave
one
it
of
up.
us is drunk right now?
Fuck you.
Which
I'm gonna
one of
listen.
us
I can
just
listen.
announced that they were drunk?
You can't really
Everyone?
you can't really hate
It
on our
doesn't
attitude.
matter.
You've been playing early 90s rap all night. You can't. I mean,
What is that? What is that indicative of?
it makes you have attitude.
Oh,
It's cool.
nice.
It's nice. It's jive.
It like makes you
Totes.
sassy.
Now, listen, I'll leave it up to the listeners. You had undue.
Oh my God.
You had undue attitude.
see
You
what you're
did.
doing
You did. You did. I'll leave it up to the listeners. You
Okay.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I did.
Whoa.
you did.
Yeah.
Welcome to my
I
world.
derailed the show.
Are you
I
his husband?
completely derailed the show because I couldn't roll with what had happened.
Because
Who
I'm just
derailed
getting,
what?
I'm just getting
See-
tired of doing it, so I had to give. Yeah, somebody else has to start.
So
Really,
kid,
no. But if you didn't start with this, with your whole, you started.
Oh,
You
I started
you
it.
did.
Yeah, I
You
know.
did.
I know.
And if you didn't
Yeah.
do that, this wouldn't have happened.
I know.
I mean, this is.
I mean, I'm the drunk one, and she's acting like the old pathetic drunk who has no argument. This is like what your dad.
No, what the
this
fuck
is
do
like,
you want me to say?
This is like what your dad does when he has no argument. I know. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Right.
Well,
sure.
because anytime I try to say
right.
something, you
yep,
talk over me because you're
yeah.
a dick.
Yep.
So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I've said the same thing as you to him many times.
like
But you always take his side, which is why I'm doing it too, because you don't want to be on the other end of that.
No, it's because he's
don't.
incredibly.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
He's
What?
incredibly.
You wanted to start this shit, dude. I just responded to your
I
attitude.
think you're mad
Yeah.
because the
That's all.
bamboo story was fake.
Yes, and it was retarded, and it shouldn't have been talked about yet.
Why?
Because the kid killing his mom and cutting off his dick was second, and the fucking super baboons were third.
What was first?
Wait, no, but. Yeah, wait. What was number one
I don't
in this
know. We don't
situation?
know.
We'll
We
never
talked
know.
about it.
I knew those
Are you
guys.
saying at the beginning of this argument that you never?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Well, whatever.
Can we just get on with the show?
Is this happening? Like, yeah, let's.
This is what we're known
just
for.
saying-
Yeah,
No,
no.
I'm just saying.
We're this whole brother sister like animosity thing. It's a serious chemistry. Yeah, no.
No, he does this to me too.
I didn't.
Oh.
do
He does it to
dude,
everybody.
What do I do?
Look, we don't have any listeners left. They all left.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It is late. We are in overtime.
So what is it that I do?
It's 1:30 in the morning. I don't know what you do.
Whatever. We're gonna play back the moment on the next show. That like.
Oh my god, he's gonna use a sound bite to hold it against you later,
yeah.
so he can get
Yeah.
angry again.
No, I just didn't like the implication that you 100% made the implication like, well, come on, I've got to be right. My thing is better over here.
What's after
And you
that?
were
That's
wrong.
not what the fuck I was saying.
How many? What happens?
You are.
What were you saying?
I was saying if something was changed, mine was more likely to reflect it because it had been updated more recently. So if somebody had taken the story
I'm not
out
buying
as
it. I want to
Tricks
see the
Remember
tone of voice.
happened-
I know. I want to.
Okay.
We're gonna get the recording. We're gonna see the tone of voice you said it in. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it. I think there was a different attitude about
So
it. What
the
do you
kid-
think? What
Yeah.
do you think?
I think that I don't understand why he stabbed his mom with his dick. 11
Okay, well,
times.
check it out because I was reading the article while they were while banter ensued. Apparently, he stabbed his mom 11 times
What?
in Sussex, England. I got this. Okay, so he might only spend another less than a month behind bars. Okay, in December in 2013, after binging on marijuana, alcohol, and mephedrone, which
That's
is
how you do it.
That's not even a real thing. Charles Mann had what a judge called a quote drug-fueled psychosis, during which he stabbed his mother numerous times and chopped off his own penis.
In which order?
Yeah, did he stab his mom with his dick?
Okay.
With his chopped off dick?
If we're speaking literarily speaking, it's in this
Literally?
order.
Does that mean writing?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Okay. It says stabbed his mother numerous times and chopped off his own penis. So one could assume that was the order in which it happened.
He might have did it simultaneously. Stabbed her like 4 times, cut his dick off, stabbed her like 6 more times.
Well, wait. So that means
this has been the Sunday Evening Overdose, March 9th, 2015.
Don't forget to fuck yourself.
Thank you for tuning in. Andrea, you got really out of line there at the end.
Oh my god.
That's okay, because I quit, so I won't be on the next show.
You were way out of line.
That's what I do.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know.
Now I'm going to storm out, and I'm not going to clean anything up.
You know you were way out of line. See,
Yeah.
that's why you're
Well,
mad.
he was mean
I
to you,
was
so
really out of line.
You can use it as an excuse to not do any further work for a while. That's what I do. I use all excuses.
For a while, you're not going to do any more work.
Can't you be more
For
like...
a
Can't
while.
can't you be more like Trix?
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning into the show. No need to go any longer. Thanks to David Box for stopping by. Who else?
Wait, are you really mad?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Are you really leaving?
No, but I'm not mad, but I'm really leaving.
Why are you mad?
She's mad at you.
I'm not mad. I'm
for
really
what you
leaving.
did to her.
She's mad.
She's mad. I'm not mad. I'm just leaving.
She came to
No,
the
wait,
show
wait,
mad
wait.
and she started a fight.
Yeah.
And now...
That is totally how that happened.
I drank a bunch of whiskey, and
No,
I got
see, why
really
you,
drunk.
Why are you acting like I'm like incoherent or something?
No,
You know?
I'm not. But I'm suggesting that I might have a clearer view on what happened because I haven't been
But
drinking.
nothing
I
happened.
don't think
That's
so.
all.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
We didn't even talk about the dick cutter off for more than 1 second. We just talked about how it was presented
I feel like
by
that was
us.
Well, who cares? The guy cut off his dick and stabbed his mom 11
You realize
times.
that's not a big deal?
I don't know.
That's
What else are you going to
insane.
say about it?
I would never do that. I'd stab my mom like twice and cut my dick off.
In that order, though?
No,
I mean, which order are you going to
I'd
do
cut
it
the
in?
tip of my dick off and stab her a half a time.
Just with the tip.
Just with the tip. To my
Andrea,
mom.
you're hilarious.
That's how
You
I
can't
would
quit.
stab
Yeah.
my mother.
Listen, Earthling, I want you to reprimand Andrea for how she behaved tonight and
Bad.
Will you tell Andrea
Bad.
that I completely disapprove of what she did? It is ridiculous.
yeah, just please give her some advice on how to go
I feel
forward.
chastised.
This is how you do it. You learn to say the phrase, I don't give a fuck, to that guy.
But I
And
do
then you
give
win.
a fuck.
Well, there's your first mistake.
But sometimes you're going to be wrong. I mean, that's the thing.
It
It's not
doesn't
like-
matter. But you feel better when you say, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
Whatever. Look, tonight you learned sometimes you're wrong and it hurts and you get made a fool of in front of a large group of people. and you're going to have to get over it and muscle on through to the next show. All right?
No.
God, she's really out of control. We'll be back.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh my god.
We'll be back on Thursday.
Oh,
Hopefully, Andrea gets her attitude under control and in check. And we'll be able to get through some stories because we missed out on a lot because of Andrea's behavior.
She's the definition of bipolar.
We actually missed out on a
Look
lot
at
of
her.
stories. We did a lot of work, a lot of time.
I hated all those stories.
A lot of time.
I did it on purpose because I wanted to skip all those
A
stories.
lot of time was wasted because of her like
really bad.
narcissism. She's kind of like a control freak. It's like it's
Yeah.
just a lot.
I know a lot of
realize what this
people,
has turned
and I've
into.
never seen somebody who was such a control freak, such as you.
A lot of time was
I know.
wasted. A lot of time was wasted today because of that.
I don't know any other way.
You probably have Tamagotchis from the 90s that you just beat.
They've never died.
They
before.
never
They've
died. No,
never
she just kept
died.
them alive for You kept them alive for
I
this
could
long.
never afford a Tamagotchi in the 90s. I had Digipets.
Digipets were better anyway.
Yeah, I
They
would say
were-
like
well, they
yeah.
were cheaper.
But they were, and it's still alive.
Yeah.
You still keep that alive for fucking 28 years, 21 years?
Yeah,
You're keeping
yeah.
your Tamagotchi alive?
You don't.
Or Digipet?
I mean, you just like let yours die.
I beat it until it shit itself. And then it fucking pukes and dies.